Happy Monday, everybody. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to react to, and a lot to roast. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like on your way in, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for another episode of No Offense, All Offense, where we talk about anything spiking our dopamine, whether it's reality television, pop culture news, true crime, regular news, just anything that gets that dopamine skyrocketing. Remember that I am very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat, and we can just respectfully agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
Also, remember, everything I say today is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
So we're covered. There's the legal. All right. We got South Park legal. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're having a great Monday. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, and you know the drill. If you want to support the channel further, you can do what some of these lovely people did and join my YouTube membership. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the membership. We have a bunch of people to welcome before we get started. So welcome, Proud Fur Mama, Docket Decoder, Jessica King, Norma Go, Schmitty404, and Miss Odie 0616. Thank you guys. Or you can join. I have Patreon as well if you prefer Patreon. Or you can send a super chat while we're live here on YouTube. I'll highlight your comment, or you can always hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the description. You don't have to do any of that, but if you feel so inclined, it is there. So thank you. Hello, Grammy Cheryl. New here. Well, I hope you enjoy it, okay? What we do is we take a look at this stuff, we roast it, we react to it, we're opinionated, we're sassy, we're snarky, and it's called No Offense, All Offense because we never mean to offend, but someone's probably going to get offended.
You're despicable.
And such is life, okay? Is the Lean Team a new name, or have I been blind? The Lean Team is not a new name. It's been around for a while because I am, hi Davey, because I am a lean, Joleen, Leen, and my mom, Eileen, and we make content together. Nana, aka my mom, she doesn't make as much content with me anymore because she's in that retired life and she is living it up, and I cannot put her to work. I can't make her work. But she is going to be joining us for we're going back to Night Pants with Nana, which is a really fun show that we did where we have a lot of laughs and we're silly. Come here, Davy. Yeah. The dogs are like, what are you doing? Yes, silly. Nana is the goat. She really is. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. Cosmic Crafts Crime, mostly on the replay, but some of you are saying you normally don't catch live, so I'm so glad you're catching today's live. Okay, so I wasn't going to go live today because today is actually my 11-year wedding anniversary to Hype Man Husband Chellaren. So shout out to Hype Man Husband Chellaren. But I had a dentist appointment this morning. And then Hype Man Husband Chellaren, we all know he's an ICU nurse, so he worked overnight. And so he's sleeping right now. So I'm like, okay, we're doing date night later. I will move the live so that he can get some rest. All right. And so that's why I moved the live. So if you're wondering, what did she do? And thank you guys. You're so sweet for saying that. I got wonderful, beautiful flowers. Oh, cats are running around. And I got a bunch of earrings. I got a I Love Pickles hat that I really wanted. I really wanted that hat. So you'll probably see me wearing that on a live stream. Yeah, I just got some nice little things from Hype Man Husband Chellaren. So yeah, 11 years married to the man. All right, the man behind the "Don't Be a Dick" song. So thank you, Haru. You guys are so sweet. You're such sweeties. Wipe the seedies. All right. So and if anyone else has a wedding anniversary on this date, let me know, because I don't find a lot of January 12th wedding anniversary people. Probably because we eloped to Vegas. I don't think do a lot. I mean, my cousin had a beautiful winter wedding. And I think hers is in January, maybe December. Oh God, I can't remember. But I don't come across too many people. A lot of, spring, summer, fall. So yes. Oh, congratulations. M Spaceword says my 11th wedding anniversary is next month. That's amazing. Happy anniversary. Happy early anniversary. To you and yours. Yes. Moody Booby, I like your name, says my anniversary to my late husband was January 28th. Yeah, not too many January anniversaries. So I thought, you know what? Let's go January. Because who doesn't love Vegas in January? I mean, it's nice out. And we chose the date because of we combined. It's kind of, well, we this is why we did it. My husband was close to his grandpa on his mom's side, and I was close to my grandpa on my mom's side. And so both of our grandpas, his grandpa had a birthday on the 4th of January. My grandpa had a birthday on the 8th of January. So we added them together and got the 12th. And that's kind of how we decided when to elope and go to Vegas. So that's the story behind that. If you're interested, thank you, Michelle, for the first super sticker of the live. Thank you for the $4.99. Yes. Everyone should be celebrating that they're not married to Dr. John. That is a reason I celebrate that every freaking day. Yay! We are not. Congratulations! You were married 42 years on the 10th. Oh my gosh, older than dirt. Love the name. 42 years. That is amazing. That is I feel like that's a huge accomplishment. Okay? Who's married for 42 years? Can I live long enough to be married for 42 years? You guys know I'm not good at math. Someone do the math on that and see if that's possible to ever happen to me. But way to go. Congratulations. That's amazing. Yes. Congrats to older than dirt. That's so awesome. Okay. So today, you guys, all right, first things first, I was watching the Karen Reed documentary, and I think maybe tomorrow or maybe later this week, we will review a little bit of it because she's got like a 3-hour interview. I'm only like 45 minutes into it because I couldn't wait. And she's on the channel something Mango. But I really like this interviewer. So this is Karen Reed's first real sit-down interview since the acquittal. She did have the documentary. Oh, hold on. Dave Doug's chewing on something. Hold on real quick. Come here, baby. No. We don't want to chew on that. That's going to hurt us. Oh, we love you too much, so don't eat that. No. No. Come here, babe. Come over here. Come on, baby Doug. Dave Dog's like, why can't I chew on this cord? Lots of reasons. Okay. So she's on, I think, is it Rotten Mango, you guys? But she did, like I said, do that documentary in the snow, but she was also talking about that documentary in this interview, and it sounds like they really took advantage of Karen and her family, and she got no compensation for that. And they gave their all, and she's like, I don't want anything to do with the lady that did that documentary. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So, and she's getting into as much as she can, which they warned during the interview. It's on the Rotten Mango channel. And I don't know who Rotten Mango is, but I subscribed because I was like, oh, this woman is awesome. So Karen, they warned that, she's still in all these, civil lawsuits with a lot of the people, the McCabe's, McAlberts, I guess we call the Alberts, McCabe's, the McAlberts, and Higgins and all of them. So some stuff she's not going to be able to discuss, but she was still discussing quite a bit. And just hearing Karen break down, just hearing it from her mouth after the fact it's still, even though I've watched the trials, watched the testimonies, we've all been through it, it still is unbelievable what the government was able to get away with in this case, and just how corruption at its finest, and Karen has a way of just articulating it so well, and she's super smart. So I'm excited to finish that, but I think I'll probably finish it with you guys. We'll probably review some of it because it was very interesting, right? Very sad for her, but she's such a badass in that, when she talks about the Michael Proctor and, were you embarrassed by his words and them talking about her leaky balloon knot and all this stuff. And she's like, he can't embarrass me. Like, kind of like he's not even on my level. So I can't be embarrassed by someone that I don't respect. And I'm like, that is a badass. That's a badass statement. Someone do it today. It was the snow one, the one on HBO. What was that called? Body in the Snow. Karen Reed. It was that documentary. Yeah, Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen Reed. And just how many people close to Karen that were interviewed and came out, took time out of their day to be a part of this documentary. And they were on the cutting room floor. And she's like, so these are people that I'm like close to. And instead they replaced them with, remember John O'Keefe's creepy ex-girlfriend? No offense, all offense. But that lady was showing up wearing his necklace. I'm like, girl, you never got over him. Whatever her name was. I think she was a ginger. But she was just everywhere. I'm like, God, what is she? And she's in every interview. And then she also said one of the guys that says that this is his good friend. She's like, I dated him, was with him for every day for 2 years, and I never met this person. So you got creepy ex-girlfriend. And then one of the friends that they included in the documentary, like that's the closest people you could find to John. But the people that were closest to her, they cut this stuff out. So it was it's pretty crazy because I thought looking at it, Karen would be somewhat happy with that documentary. But she was explaining it like being on the inside, and all her friends and family who know the ins and outs of this were like, no, they did her and her family dirty with that. So is her name Tara? I always forget. That lady is everywhere. I'm like, why is that lady back? She all the time. Oh my God. It's crazy. Yeah, wasn't Alan Jackson on Billy Bush today, I heard? I don't like Billy Bush. Put in the chat if you don't like Billy Bush either. I feel like everyone's back to liking Billy Bush. I'm like, I think I'm just going to not like him forever. Like, he's pretty gross. He's annoying. I also ran into him in LA on Melrose in a store. We didn't talk. We don't know each other. But he was one of those people who was like so loud. I'll never forget, me and my husband, we were at some like little boutique store on Melrose, with like clothes. And he was like, I'm going to a 70s party. I need some 70s gear. And we're like, okay. And he just was yelling in the store. I'm like, dude, are you drunk? And he's acting like, whoa, where do I find? It's like, bro, you were alive in the 70s. Like, that was your heyday. What are you talking about? You're acting like, what does 70s people wear? You were there. You were right. I'm like, when did we go back to liking Billy Bush? People are like, he's awesome. I'm like, ew, gross. Ew, gross. No, thanks. I still remember the grab him by the pussy interview, and he's just a pussy, and I just don't like him. He's an attention seeker. I think he's a shitty journalist too. These are just my opinions. Again, very opinionated young lady over here. But Billy Bush, I'm like, ugh, beat it. Stay away from my Bush. Like, get out of here, Billy. But now he's, I don't know. Just it seems like he does the most minimal work when he's even interviewing people. Like, even when he had an interview with Turtle Boy or talk to him, even that, it's like, do they even know what's going on? Oh my gosh. Janice says the only reason I saw his podcast was because Karen's lawyer was on there. Yeah, because back in the day, he was fired from, I think, Access Hollywood after that grab him by the pussy interview. And then, I don't know, he disappeared, and it was so great. And then one day, like, he's back. You're like, oh, God, Billy's back. Do you have, it's my opinion. I need that. That's such a good idea. That's my opinion. I need that. I'm going to need to make that. I'm going to make that for you guys, for my members. Let me write that in my notes here, because that is such a good idea. That's my opinion. Emoji. And make. I got myself a new notebook today to take notes on things. I was really excited. I don't know if anyone else gets excited about new notebooks, but I do. Yes, 1993. He's the definition of Smarmy. He should hook up with Trisha. I don't think Trisha likes Billy Bush. I doubt it. If she does, I'll be shocked. I bet you Trisha does not like Billy Bush. Yeah, stay away from Nana's Bush too. Mm-hmm. Is Billy Bush on a psychedelic journey by my I know I need pens, Farrell. Because I have these wonderful floofies that I love, but I need to get the refills for them because they've run out. So now I'm using just this basic ass pen, and it doesn't spark joy. And it doesn't create dopamine, and I need that. Okay. So cheesy, bada bing. Oh, I'm glad you guys are. I mean, it's okay if you're like, I like Billy Bush. Like, go ahead. You can like Billy Bush. But I thought everyone's gonna be like, what? We love Billy Bush. I'm like, am I on the wrong planet? What happened? Because a lot of times I feel like I'm on the wrong planet sometimes. But anyways, so it was a great interview with this young woman, Rotten Mango. Let me drop her channel in case you guys want to go over there. She has like 6.14 million subscribers. And let's see, here she is. And she also did like a multiple part series, because I'm like, oh, I wonder if she knows about this case, or how how Karen kind of hooked up with her. And she did like an in-depth multi-part series that you can watch on her channel too. I haven't watched it yet, but she's one of those interviewers that she actually lets the person talk. So I appreciate that. She's not trying to be the star of the show. She knows that people are there, to hear what Karen has to say. So she's just kind of opening up the floor with like great questions, but also not rushing her, not overly reacting, not interrupting. It's so nice. Yes, Lindsay. Apparently she used to do mukbang content. People in the comments, I checked out her comments. They're like, oh my gosh, you've come so far from sitting on the floor in your apartment doing mukbangs. You never know how a person's channel is going to evolve. So good for her, because I thought she was just doing a great job with this interview. Just because I need a Joleen dopamine bumper sticker. Oh, that could be fun. Oh, she has 2 other channels too, Poe. I need to get smart to myself, like my grandpa used to say about her, because I had no idea who she was until this interview popped up. And now I'm like, I am subscribed and I am ready to support this queen. Okay. Yes, Billy Bush and Dr. John would probably be BFF. Because if Billy Bush asked Lauren to come on his show, she would die. She would jizz in her pants. If Billy Bush asked me to go on his show, I would say no. Honestly, honest to blog, I would say no. He's not going to ask me. But if he ever did, I'd be like, no, thank you. No, thank you, Billy. I don't like that. Lauren and John, they would jump at the chance. The sellouts would jump at the chance, So, all right, you guys. Yes, smash that like if you haven't already. Now, okay, so next up is last night. Okay. I think I don't know how, because I'm not subscribed to Hidden True Crime. So did I see it on Reddit, or I don't know. But I was alerted to the fact that they were doing a live, and I'm thinking, they went live? Well, of course they didn't go live. It was a premiere. Because so far the times Lauren's went live was when she was pretending to be a reporter on the scene of a horrible shooting and got all the facts wrong, and then had to delete that. And then I had another live where she still got facts wrong, but kept it up. And then when anyone questioned it, she basically was like, I'm right, you're wrong. And, just how they handle their channel, which is horrendous. So I saw this premiere. And again, of course, they're talking about Nick Reiner, because they are going to milk this. They don't have any information on this. They don't have any new information. They have nothing to go on. No new developments. Okay. That they haven't already talked about. But of course they had to pull up one of their psychologist reacts, and in front of their Christmas tree, Lauren's got a Valentine sweater on, it looks like. All right. And I started watching, like, okay, let me just see if there's anything good here. Oh, yeah, there was. Okay. So we're going to roast part of it because we just have to. It is so clear that these two, in my opinion, are not having any fun, enjoying what they're doing. Dr. John just likes to talk. Lauren, I don't know what's going on with her, but people are in the comments. I was watching the live chat and I was watching comments get deleted because people were like this person talking about how Lauren is tipsy. This is Rebecca Person says she's deaf tipsy, no judgment. And Hidden True Crime got back to her and replied, and they were like, because Lauren and Gray Bay were in the live chat. And they were like, who's tipsy? And she's like, Lauren. And they're like, no, Lauren, I have only drank water this whole podcast. Okay. Interesting that you say during this podcast, but what did you have before? Because it looked like her and John might have had a little bit of fun and she had a little bit too much fun. Because when we've watched Lauren lately, she's like, it looks a little, allegedly, obviously, we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt for fun because we are fun people and we like to have a fun time. Okay. But it looks like
Allegedly.
she's on something. Something's going on. Some kind of party has happened. All right. Because she was yawning during this. The looks they give each other when they're not talking is like, oh my God. If me and my husband look at each other like that, we straight to therapy. Not Dr. John. Okay. Not any weirdo Jody Hildebrandt, Dr. John therapy, like real therapy from real therapists. Okay. Not cuckoo pants. But it was like tipsy, obviously, allegedly, them snow covered, allegedly. So let's watch a little bit of this because I had too much fun with this. And I made a couple little edits. We're transforming, fair using, all the thingsing. I will also put the link to the video if you want to watch it in the description because I'm not a hater and I'm not going to stop someone's bag, even though a lot of people think your bag should be stopped. But yeah, so Sandy bars, like what in the benzos is going on here? What in the wine? It's a Pinot Grigio or a Habenzo or a mixture, or I don't know. Maybe she takes the melatonin early, or maybe Dr. John is just that boring that you seem tired and intoxicated at the same time. Okay.
You're terrible, Muriel.
He's very boring.
Bored now.
He's again wearing one of his zip ups. Let me share it with you guys. His little zip up sweaters, and that are just choking him. And he is just choking his chicken to talk about page 576. Back in 1776, I looked this up and just quote after quote, and it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all speculation. It seems yucky coming from them, knowing what we know about them, especially. It's just bleh. No sinky. Okay. So let's take a look. I got about 51 minutes here because honestly, I couldn't stand the beginning. I mean, they're boring, but we're going to make it fun. So let's have some fun, you guys. Sound off in the comments and let's see what these two lovebirds have to say.
The substance abuse, that let's say that he had schizophrenia and let's say he was using methamphetamines. Did the methamphetamines exacerbate any symptoms of schizophrenia he had? Or was it the other way around? Was he hallucinating because he was doing too much methamphetamine? Right? I don't know. This gets very confusing.
Yeah. So right away, he's getting into Nick Reiner, drug use, schizophrenia. It's confusing. They don't know anything. Literally nothing. No one knows anything. They're just going to keep draining the same dry well to cash in on this, knowing that it is a topic that is trending. No integrity, no. So the money's just falling on him. And the body language throughout, yes. I mean, Lauren's body language is just like, get me out of here. All right. And I don't blame her. Liz, thank you so much for the 1999. Says, because the party colors landed on someone's outfit. Lauren was having a party, but the whole time she's like this. And you can just watch her zoning out, almost falling asleep. She'll be yawning. She leans forward. She's writing notes to Gray Bay. Like, let's keep going, you guys. I was watching this like, holy shit. Like, literally, I don't want to give them advice because they don't deserve my advice. However, at this point, just film in two separate rooms. You two being next to each other is, I'm distracted by how uninterested Lauren looks and how mad he looks anytime Lauren talks. They don't need to be next to each other. It's at this point, it's just distracting. And if the co-host is bored by it, well, I guarantee the audience is going to be bored by it unless they're using it for their nighttime sleepy ASMR or something.
Very confusing. Right. But
and Lauren does that thing again where she's just like, whatever he says, very confusing. Yeah. She just repeats, she just parrots the last thing. Very, yeah. As he goes through his printout MapQuest directions from his books and licks his lips.
we have some things to think about.
That part is just, I have to play that one more time because I stopped it and I need to just let it play through that because it's so awkward. It's so fucking awkward, you guys.
Amphetamines exacerbate any symptoms of schizophrenia he had? Or was it the other way around? Was he hallucinating because he was doing too much methamphetamine? Right? I don't know. This gets very confusing.
Yeah. Very confusing. Right. But we have some things to think about. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So let's dig a little deeper into this. So that's a little bit of the research. There's a lot more research on this topic, by the way, we'll be digging into, but TMZ reported a couple of interesting things. So TMZ reported
He takes these long ass pauses. She's like, and then her awkward looks into the camera like she's Jim from The Office, but like not funny or entertaining or likable. It's crazy. It's like she's Devil Jim from The Office. And she's like, Lauren, are you crying out? Do you want us to help you? Do you want us to save you from this sweatered man? Like what's happening here? What's going on? And why, if we have all of these subscribers and we got, we're building this house, it's going to have studios, can Grayson not put up any media on the screen? I mean, literally most of us are out here raw dogging it, doing it ourselves. This is a pre-record that can be edited so much better. And you could actually zoom in on the person who's talking when these awkward moments happen, unless they're like trolling us or something. And you can also put media up of the things you're talking about to make it more interesting. But right now it's just two boring people who don't like each other sitting there blabbing about nothing. And I'm just, what, Grayson, how are you do something at this point? Like, this is not, are you going to put this in your portfolio when they finally throw you under the bus for the last time and blame you for everything and fire you? Is this going to be like, look what I did? And they're going to be like, oh, okay. So you had like no edits except for the ghost edit and you put up no media and you did nothing. It is so boring. Like, you guys should have made enough money to invest back in your channel. That's kind of what people do when they want to be successful and put out quality content. But I mean, obviously we've watched Lauren's live reporting on the scene and it's definitely not quality. It seems they just want some quantity or something. But this is, if you look at most podcasts or like it just, if you watch like Rotten Mango, and she put up media and things, and she's got different camera angles. You can't have two I just don't understand why do you have to share a microphone? Why are we sharing a microphone? Why aren't we in a studio? Why don't you separate a little bit? I think you both would enjoy it. I don't understand what's happening here. But you look at other channels who are far more successful, and you should kind of maybe head that way. I don't know why I'm giving them advice, but I'm just like so disappointed. If I had this many subscribers and was pulling in the money they're pulling in, I would have much better equipment, much better setup. And me and my husband wouldn't be sitting next to each other sharing a microphone while showing clear disdain for one another.
that there was the diagnosis of schizophrenia, that he had a medication change, and that he was, quote, out of his head and acting more aggressively a few weeks before the murder, right? They reported that. There is, by the way, an interesting story by...
Like, you could, when he goes, this is a pre-record. Like, obviously I'm live and, we're all going to make little noises and stuff. It's, we have these things and some people get annoyed with it and some people don't notice it. But you can edit this shit out. You have every opportunity to do that, but you do nothing. And there's John just smacking his lips, sorting through his papers while Lauren looks fucking depressed. What is going on here?
Had a medication change and that he was, quote, out of his head and acting more aggressively a few weeks before the murder, right? They reported that. There is, by the way, an interesting story by...
She was annoyed by that noise. Look how she looked right at the camera. Like, she is so sick of him.
And that he was, quote, out of his head and acting more aggressively a few weeks before the murder, right? They reported that. There is, by the way, an interesting story by a cinematographer that was very close to Rob Reiner's.
John. No, John, keep that tongue in your mouth, okay? Can you not train yourself to keep that lizard tongue in your mouth?
An interesting story by a...
It's like it's like a broken tongue. It only goes out like a little bit. What's the point of it?
His name is Barry Markowitz.
Okay.
He was one of Rob's closest friends and longtime collaborators. He actually stayed with the Reiners.
Okay.
He stayed with the Reiners for 5 days.
Barry Markowitz.
Like within 2 weeks of the murders, he stays with...
Lauren, no one's gonna think you're sober. Barry Markowitz. Okay, Barry Markowitz. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. No, I'm here. I'm queer and I drank all your beer. Get used to it. Okay, I'm here. Barry Markowitz. Go ahead, Barry Markowitz. Look, I mean, just the stuff these are supposed to be professionals. This is a man who says he's a professional psychologist, and this is a woman who says she's a professional journalist. Okay? Where is the professionalism? What is going on here? Okay, Barry Markowitz.
An interesting story by a cinematographer that was very close to Rob Reiner. His name is Barry Markowitz.
Okay.
He was one of Rob's closest friends and longtime collaborators. He actually stayed with the Reiners.
Okay.
He stayed with the Reiners for 5 days.
Barry Markowitz.
Like within 2 weeks of the murders, he stays with the Reiners. He's staying in the home. Right?
I remember being so drunk and trying to maintain like I'm fine. Before I got sober, I was Barry. Just repeating what that person said. Yeah, Barry let's go, Barry Markowitz. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Look at me. I can open my eyes. I'm angry. I mean, girl, stop it.
Right?
I didn't know it was then. Within 2 weeks.
He
did it again. I didn't add it. He did it again.
2 weeks.
Okay.
He's living with them. Murders. He stays with the Reiners. He's staying in the home, right?
I didn't know it was then. Within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks.
Okay.
He's living with them. He's interacting with them. He's eating meals with them. Here's what he says about Nick. Quote,
What? Come on, today, Junior. Like, what the frick? This is a pre-record. Get to it. We don't need John repeat. You should cut out any repetitive shit from John. All the noises he makes, tonguey tongues. Focus in on Lauren when he sticks his lizard tongue out. Like, where is the editing? Hire an editor. Okay, what is wrong with you? Look at everyone else's content who has about as many subscribers as Lauren does, and even less. If you look at someone like Cece Suarez, like her videos just look so good and the editing's good and she's got some zoom ins and she's got some media in there. It's like, I don't even know. Does Cece even have more subscribers than Lauren? I hope she does, but the world isn't fair and these losers get more for doing less. Let me check real quick because I got to see. Because if not, we all got to just sub up to Cece and get her. She's got 214. So we got to more Cece. More Cece. Her videos are better. Everything is better. Her delivery is better. She doesn't have a creepy husband next to her. Here's her link. You guys, if you're not sub to Cece. Sub. Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's smart. She's funny. She's got so much good stuff going for her. Meanwhile, these two are just on Depression Island, and taking long ass pauses and go, right? Chelsea rules. These two are fools. Like, sub up to Chelsea. God.
Oh, Nick looked great. This is, by the way, from a Page 6 article. Quote, Nick looked great. He was sitting and talking with the family, Markowitz shared. They were eating dinner together, old school, and there was a lot of love, always a lot of love. Nick helped out. He took out the garbage. He watched TV. He washed dishes. He'd bring me something to drink.
Lauren is like she fell in a K-hole. Do you see her looking at John? She's like, huh. But then she's also looking off in his face like, this chick is dazed and confused. And you're talking about something pretty serious. You better be like on it, girl. Evelyn, thank you for the super chat. Says Lauren's big bobblehead and John's serpentine tongue are freaking me out. I'm so sorry. But look at, I mean, she's just this lady. I'm like, Lauren, what are you doing, babe? Look at her. He's just blabbing away, and she's like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. And sometimes when John licks his lips, it grosses me out, but we have to stay together because we're married and maybe Mormon or maybe not. Where is my Pinot Grigio? Where are my Zennies? I hate this life. She almost passed out there. You see that? She's like, fuck, get up, girl. Get up. She's just still like, why are you looking at us like this? Why are you looking at us like this? I feel like I need to call. I don't know your number and I'm not going to call you, but I need to be, girl, you okay? If ever one of my friends got on the internet looking like this, I'd be like, hello, I'm going to call 911. Are you okay? Do I need to go over there? Do I need to beat this man? Like, what is going on? She's like, Lauren. She's just like, why she mean mug the camera? What journalism school taught you when you're not speaking, look directly in the camera, make people uncomfortable, make them feel like you're in a hostage situation, make them fear for your life. Okay. Just stare it. Thank you. We got the Hella raid in the house. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to Hella and Dolly and Excited Utterance. It's like, right, you good? She's not good. She's giving us signals. Oh, I forgot I muted him. It was so nice.
Dynamics. He says, quote, I'm not here to judge. He was just normal in that sense, Markowitz said.
Lauren's like, normal. I wouldn't give her a fucking normal life, but I had to get married to you because I was like fucking 35 or something. And then that's like 180 in Mormon years. And so I wasn't married because my first husband just left me with fucking dick. I was supposed to move into his fucking Boston apartment, And let me tell you something. I was a Fox back in the day. I worked for Fox, whatever, and I was a Fox, okay? The dudes that were in the newsroom with me were just following me around. And we'd play hide the self when I go, God, and I was killing it. The kids back, early mid 2000s, when you wore like dress casual Friday wear, but you also wore that to the bar. So you're like blazers and your silver jeans. It was like with your kitten heels. It was a time. Okay, Grayson, this is like Lauren at the bar talking to Grayson. I got so much dick. Don't tell Sean. Don't tell Shives. It wasn't all like go insert. It was just like, I just had just dick coming at me. It was like over here, over there. It's that Idaho dick. Let me tell you, girl, there is nothing better. Don't tell John. But now, look at me, sitting in this fucking house talking about depressing shit next to my husband with a lizard tongue. Like, I was supposed to go to CNN, bitch. CNN fucking N. Cheers. Are you done with that? I'll finish yours. No, we'll have another round. Your clothes? Come on, baby. Are you sure your clothes for me? Are you sure? You sure? Yep. Okay. I think they're gonna kick us out, Grace. So we gotta go. But Lauren, it's clear we're very unhappy. She's like, Susan Hendricks or whatever. Fuck my friend, whatever. Fuck her, right? Because I talk shit about my friends. I should have had her life. I am fucking taller than her. Yeah, she's skinny, but I'm skinnier. Okay, she doesn't even show her tits. Okay, when I go to the crime things, I'm tits out for the boys. She doesn't even tits out for the boys. Like, but she should have hooked me up by now, but she hasn't. But I have to keep playing the game, being nice to her. All right, we're leaving. I can just imagine anyone who's drank with Lauren. It's been like a nightmare. I've relived, just all her trauma, Unhappy and highly medicated, Evelyn says. Obviously, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, because just like they say in their videos, we're just giving our opinion. We don't know anything. We're not diagnosing anyone. We're not diagnosing. Okay, well, you have a psychologist on there who seems to be kind of diagnosing, talking out of both sides of his mouth. But okay. Thank you, G. Lander, for the $4.99. He says, in my opinion, the awkward Lauren camera glances is her compulsively looking at herself. You know what it probably is? You're probably right. She's like, so I look good. I look better than him. I need some more wine. She just can't wait. Grayson, edit the video, put it out. Fuck it. Whatever. Thank you, Michelle, for the $1.99. She can't even lie and say she's reading. No, she's not doing anything. She's not doing anything.
He said he didn't, quote, notice anything strange.
Look, ma'am, you keep mean mugging your husband. She's like, I mean, I don't blame you. He's annoying as fuck, but that's your husband. You chose to be on the internet with this man. She is dirty looking him so much.
But she watched TV. He washed dishes. He'd bring me something to drink. He was just normal in that sense, Markowitz said.
She literally almost fell asleep.
He said he didn't, quote, notice anything strange with the family dynamics.
Lauren hates
He
John
says,
more
quote,
than
I'm
we
not
hate
here to
John.
judge anyone. Love is the only thing I saw, and I don't think it was fake. They had a real bond.
Huh.
He said, quote, Rob never gave up.
Wow, thank you for your input, Lauren. The journalist. Huh. She's like, this fucker. Huh. Like, what is going on here? What
He tried everything. If you know Rob, he was a bundle of love. Rob never had fears for his safety. I'm not in his head, but we talked. He said Nick wasn't a violent type.
Why are you even on the episode, Lauren? Why don't you just have boring John give his dissertation when you're just going, huh? And she's always doing this with her lips. If you watch her lips during this, yeah, interesting. Yeah.
2 weeks before the murders. So this friend, Barry Markowitz, I mean, and again, I don't know what's
Yeah, whatever you just said, fuckface. Like, what is she talking about?
real here, right? But like for people that are arguing that his meds are changing and he's agitated and he's acting out and he's being more aggressive, that's not what Barry Markowitz has seen.
Right. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's fucking Barry Markowitz, man. Fucking Barry Markowitz. Like, what is going on, Lauren? She just had an epiphany, and then she forgot it. All right? She just had an epiphany, and then she freaking forgot it. Oh, Lauren, it just gets worse and worse, worser and worser. Thank you, Chuck Anderson's granddaughter, coming in with a gifted membership. Congratulations to whoever got the membership. Put your hearts in the chat for Chuck Anderson's granddaughter. All right, let's keep going. And look at John's like, look at me. I'm doing something. Nobody cares, John.
No.
So is this schizophrenia or is this a narrative?
You tell us. You're the psychologist. But you're not supposed to be speaking on someone that you're not treating. But here we are. Is it? Why are you asking us? You went to Princeton, bitch. Like, why are you talking about? Why are you asking me? How would I know? I didn't go to Princeton. I went to UW River Falls. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
That the defense is floating.
I mean, it's a great defense. So
It's a great defense.
Lauren's like, that'll be my defense when I what? When I never mind, forget it.
Oh, I think people sometimes get confused about this defense because even if you're acquitted on.
So she just says it's a great defense, and then he negates everything she says. He's like, but I think people are confused, i.e., you, Lauren, because I know more than you. Because I went to Princeton. Okay.
With an insanity defense, even if you get acquitted, that doesn't mean you're not going to spend the rest of your life
Right.
in a mental health institution.
Right. Can you be more disinterested in the topic you're talking about? I can't imagine someone being more disinterested than this. And how people aren't. This is why when later in the video, people in her live chat were saying, Lauren, are you okay? Accusing her of being drunk, saying she's going to fall asleep. Like I have screenshots of the live because Grayson was working overtime deleting those bitches. But they were like, Lauren, are you okay? You seem tipsy. You guys should end this. Lauren looks like she's falling asleep. Like, that was in her own live chat. These are her fans. So it's not like, oh, it's haters. No, bitch, it's your fans are seeing that you are literally falling asleep during this. You look so disinterested, and we're worried. They're worried. All right. Susie Snowshoe, thank you for the $13.99, says, thanks to the person who gifted me a membership. Yay. It was probably Chuck Anderson's granddaughter. I'm enjoying them, or maybe it was before. So thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the perks. Michelle's 3 boys, thank you for the $4.99, says she misses all the attention from the officer, right, and detective. She is rethinking her life choices. It's just her. Yeah. We just watch her spiral down like, how can this be my life? I'm so upset.
It means that what it does mean is you probably won't get the death penalty.
Look at him.
Right. You may be in a
Girl, no wonder they were thinking you were drunk. Did you see that look?
life in a mental health institution.
She hates every fucking piece of paper that dude passes. She's like, oh, these fucking paper. And he never recycles them. Paper all over the house. He's probably one of those paper book hoarders.
Means that it does what it does.
Look at her. She's like, ugh.
Does mean is you probably won't get the death penalty. Right. You may be in a mental institution the rest of your life, but you won't be put to death. It means that if you're in a mental institution and you seem to be improving and you get to the point where people like forensic evaluators believe that you're low risk in the community, you might get released.
Wow.
So the insanity defense gives you a chance to get released, whereas a conviction on murder 1 gives you no chance.
Right. It's a big deal.
Big deal. It's a big deal. But
big deal. Big. And they compete with each other. Yeah, big deal. No, I say big deal. You say big deal. I say big deal. I say big deal first. I say big deal second. I say big deal last. It's big deal. Someone asked if we have the comments. Let me show you guys real quick some of the comments that as I'm watching, I didn't start watching the live chat till a little bit later on. But here is one of them. Okay, so here's a couple of the comments in the live chat. Okay, guys. Let me see if I can just put this over. No, I can't. Okay, hold on. Let me show. And they were like, I don't think you can go back and find most of these. They deleted them from the chat. Okay. All right. So let me share this with you guys. I was like, oh, I better screenshot this because I know they're deleting this because they think everyone's a hater. Look at this. Poor Sandy says, Lauren is trying to fall asleep. Lauren needs to go cheapy because this is boring, John. Okay. This is boring.
Allegedly.
It's putting everyone to sleep in the worst way possible. The worst way possible. Sandy was really worried about Lauren and company. She comes back and says, it's time to end this. Lauren, this made me laugh out loud when I was reading it. It's time to end this. Lauren is going out. I love John, but he gets boring as he goes on and on and on. It's so good. I just like
top titty 2x4 to end the game. That was nice.
Top titty 2x4, Sandy. Top titty 2x4, Sandy. So it's time to end this. Lauren is going out. Okay. Like Lauren's about to pass out. I love John, but he gets boring. Like these are your constituents. These are your fans. These are your peeps. Listen to your audience. Not everyone's a hater. This could be constructive criticism. For real. I know you guys your egos won't allow you to take in constructive criticism, but here we are. Okay. Then there's this sweetie Leah. Like these people weren't even being mean. You know, someone asked, have we heard any diagnosis from an authoritative source? No, we haven't. SP74I. We have not. Just John speculating and Lauren passing out. And then Leah goes, Lauren, are you okay? Like people in your chat are asking if you're okay.
It's not enough. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Your own chat is worried about you, also trolling you. No, they're like these people really were caring. And I'm like, these poor people. It's like, it's so bad, you guys. And then we have Rebecca. They did not like this from Rebecca. Rebecca comes in, like I showed you earlier. She says, she's deaf, tipsy, no judgment. Like they're even saying, Lauren, we know you're drunk. We know you're tipsy. We're not even judging you, but like, let's call it how it is. You're like, you're on the sauce. Something's going down. And they came back with, you know, who are you referring to? Who are you referring to? And she said, Lauren. And then Hidden True Crime comes back with Definitely not, Rebecca. I was drinking water throughout this entire episode. Yeah, but what were you drinking before? What were you drinking before, Lauren? Interesting that you said during. We're talking about before. You wouldn't be drunk yet. We're only so many minutes into the podcast if you just started drinking, unless you roofied yourself. Okay. So what were you before? Always look at how people answer things. It'll tell you everything you need to know, especially when they're guilty. I was drinking. Well, yeah, you probably had to drink water because you're drunk. John's like, put a penny under your tongue. All the old wives' tales to sober you up. Drink some black coffee. Pour water on your face. Get it together, woman. She's like, you're so fucking boring. I just imagine them before I'm being like, shut up. No, you shut up. I'm going to read my papers. Like, because you read your fucking pets. All you do is read. Why don't you read these lips? I'm tired of you. I can't. They're too big. You blew them. Don't talk about my lips like that. Well, I can't. You don't even look the same to me. I look better. All the detectives and cops like me. Ay, these two. It's always defensive. Always defensive. The better thing would be even to laugh at it. Learn to laugh at yourself. If you're acting drunk or acting like you're under the influence, and people are noticing, let's say you're not drunk. Let's say you're just weird, okay? Or dehydrated. I don't know. Maybe she has diarrhea. I have no idea what's going on. All right? But be like, yeah, totally, just haha. Be like, don't worry, I'm not. I'm really good at looking drunk, or something stupid, to blow it off. But to be so defensive and so just delete, get them out of here. These people legit care about you. And they don't care. They don't care. People are like, are you okay? Because you don't look okay, ma'am. This Lauren woman is right. You don't look okay. Here is, if they're like, those aren't real. This is from your actual mother freaking life. Look at Lauren. Your hair is disheveled. You're leaning on the desk like, okay, let's wrap this shit up. John's got a pile of paper to read, and people are like, she's deaf tipsy. Oh, because you look tipsy. Okay? If it looks like a drunk and slurs like a drunk, it might be a drunk. Okay? And then here's where the hidden true crime. And look at, this is how disinterested you're looking during, this is a topic. No one forced you to talk about this. That's the crazy thing. No one asked man, hidden true crime, you better get on this Nick Reiner shit, put out more speculative videos. You better fucking ride this till the wheels fall off, even though we have no new news. You chose. This is what you chose to cover. That's like me coming on here and being like, I'm not going to be funny or anything, even though I chose to cover this shit. It's so fucking boring. You guys would be like, I'm not watching this bitch. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? She's supposed to make this shit entertaining for me. That's what she said she's going to do. And Lauren's just like, cry me a river. And then even people in their chat are going to bat for other people in their chat. So after Rebecca asks, you're deaf tipsy, no judgment. This Krista says, I don't think Rebecca was trying to be disrespectful. You look tipsy, girl. And then hidden true crime again. I was drinking water throughout the whole episode. And then Norma Fisher, who maybe, I don't know, she says not at, I don't know what she was saying. But some people in the comments were like, don't say that. People will run with it. And it's like, of course people will run with it. Because you guys, you look ridiculous. Even Rebecca comes back and says, I was not trying to be disrespectful. Sorry, geez. I don't watch these folks ever. So Rebecca's like, maybe a new fan that's coming into freaking hidden true crime. Because, now you're in the Nick Reiner algorithm. So she's like, let me check this shit out. I like true crime. And she's like, oh, God. Somebody was overserved. And then emotional support, Molotov says, she doesn't seem tipsy at all, in my opinion. Yep, there's your opinion. So they can have the opinion that she's not tipsy, but no one can have the opinion that she is tipsy, which you're clearly behaving weird. Very strange. And they were, delete, get out of here, And I just love Sandy. Sandy was probably one of my favorite commenters because she's just like, Lauren is trying to fall asleep. People are already leaving. He's making people, even Norma's like, I gotta get out of here. Good night. He's putting me to sleep. And then Sandy says, yeah, look at, she's literally she can barely keep her eyes open. And this is a pre-record. And if this is how it's going to be, like, just wrap it up. Okay. And then we see John. There was like a dad joke later. We'll see. And he's really proud of himself. And Lauren's drunk. So she's like, I guess I'll laugh. And Sandy, again, it's time to end this. Lauren is going out. I love John, but he gets boring as he goes on and on and on. Oh, I mean, they love you. And they also see that there's an issue there. So I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, no way. Their own chat is like calling them out. And they're just like, no. Everyone's lying about us. That's not true. Oh, God. All right. Let's get back into Barry Markowitz. And Lauren and John. It's just a bunch of like silly gooses over here. Let me make sure I shared the audio on that one. You guys smash that like if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you. We got Moody Booby. Thank you for the super chat. Says, can't make spaghetti without the sauce. I mean, without the sauce. Ain't that right? Lauren knows. She goes, her spaghetti's all sauce. Lauren's spaghetti, nothing but sauce. Vodka sauce. Allie from Tennessee, thank you for the $9.99. Says, if she looks that miserable on camera, imagine her without the camera. She's so angry. Something is seriously off. I'm concerned for her son, to be honest. So don't bring up the son. Otherwise, she's going to do a 9-hour live about you. She's going to get a civil stalking. Allie. $1.99. Thank you for Michelle for the $1.99. Say, you're killing me, Jolene. I mean, they were killing me, like literally, as I was watching this. And someone said that Lauren recently, I think it was on Reddit, I'll have to pull it up, that someone was in the comments asking if her 9-hour live was monetized, because believe you me, they made a large chunk of change off that 9-hour live. If you saw all the super chats coming in, all the memberships, plus the Google ad revenue, they made a lot of money off her trauma. Okay. And instead of just being like, yeah, it's monetized, we monetize all our videos, would be an easy answer to that. She said, all the creators, like I'm paraphrasing, but it was like all the creators, all the people playing my video have it monetized because I let them. I was like, what?
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
What do you mean you let us? It's called fair use commentary, lady. Like, she is so, the ego is going to destroy this one. This one can't even answer a simple question. The person, you don't even know if they were being snarky. They said, is this monetized? She could have been like, yes, all of our videos are monetized. Thanks for watching. Damn, someone said over 3,800 in super chats. And her ad revenue, I mean, with that many views, thousands. Yeah. So, and they did a follow-up, which also got a lot of views, a lot of super chats, or I don't know if we got a lot of super chats because that wasn't live, it was recorded, but they could have got super thanks after the fact. Yeah, thank you, Nina. The monetized crisis actors, because that's what they are.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
For real. She can never she always has to deflect onto someone else. She can never just answer a question, have accountability, and this has been her problem, and this will follow them. And they just don't care. And it will be the thing that destroys their entire brand. It can destroy your life and ego like that. Behaving this way. Doing what she's done with weaponizing law enforcement and our judicial system against people. Like falsely accusing them of things they didn't do just to try to protect your own ass. That's crazy. Thank you, Moody Booby, for the $4.99. Took Lauren like 20 minutes trying to read the super chats at the end of her video. So she's probably sauced up. But it was A&W. Notice how she has to say what she's drinking. You know, it's not like when we're like, oh yeah, I have an Alani and here's the flavor. It's really good. She has it in a glass. It's not, in a can, which very nice. But then I have to go, it's just root beer, guys. It's just diet root beer. I can't keep anything down but root beer. It's just root beer. Like, girl, talk to any person who's tried to hide their drinking before. That's one of the things you do. Oh, this just water. Did you ever drink alone at home? Never. Oh, I would never. Meanwhile, you got the bottle like this next to the fridge, looking in the bedroom, hoping your now husband, then boyfriend, doesn't look and see how strange you are. Not that I know from experience. Okay. But come on, Lauren. Thank you so much for the $4.99 rhinestone. Wow, girl. It won't let me gift a membership, but thanks for a laugh at the end of a long day. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you're on your phone, because I tried to gift memberships in Hella's live a few weeks ago, and I could only send super chats because I was on my phone. So I think you can only do it on like a laptop, piece, computer, or maybe a iPad. I don't know, but on your phone, you can't, which is so stupid. Okay. Oh, congratulations. Shout out to you. Queen of Hearts says 16 months. That's huge. Sober yesterday. Shout out. All the claps. I'll give you the applause sound effects. That's amazing. That is amazing. Welcome. Austin, thank you for the $2. Says thank you for the creation of Drunk Lauren. God, you're so welcome. So I'll keep coming back. Okay.
Markowitz, just
Throwing that out there.
Throwing it out there. I don't know.
It's another view.
It's another view, and Markowitz is presenting a picture of Nick Reiner that's not having all these problems.
Yeah.
And not getting, he's not, quote, out of his head.
But here's a question, though. 2 weeks within the murder, there's talk.
Also, Grayson, literally, I assume it's Grayson who's not editing these videos. That sound, she just like blew out her speaker. You're not live. It's a pre-record. Edit the sound. Do they have no editing software? Do they have nothing? Good God. What are you doing with all the money? Is it all going to Pinot Grigio? It can't all go to Pinot Grigio. Okay. Cabernet Sauvignon. Pinot Noir. The Chardonnay. The Merlot. Where is the money? Where is the money, Lauren? Where is the money?
Of Nick Reiner that's not having all these problems.
Yeah.
And not getting, he's not, quote, out of his head.
But here's a question, though.
And why? She's so far from the mic still at this time, the same distance, and then all of a sudden it just blew out on her. If they were live, who cares? That sound issues happen. But you have the chance to go and fix this so it's the best version of itself for your subscribers. But they don't give a fuck. Side Gig, thank you so much for gifting a membership to the channel. Yeah, the Merlot. The Pinot for Loco. Don't you know she's for Loco? Lauren is for Loco.
2 weeks within the murder, there's talk of new medication. Could he have started the medication after Markowitz was there?
He could have, but I think a lot of these types of medications, antipsychotics, depends on which ones he's taking, but they might take a little bit of time to kick in. So for him to have an immediate, let's say Markowitz.
What the fuck? He's just like if I was doing a live with someone, I was just like this. You guys would be like, is Jolene okay? Is Jolene okay? Is Jolene okay? What's wrong with her? Someone needs to check on Jolene. This isn't right. She's a does she not know like active listening skills? Mm-hmm. But they don't have that like rapport back and forth. That's the problem.
God is a man made up by other men to tell them that they're special.
That's for John. And for someone who requested in the chat. Like what is she looking at? We don't know. She's in a K-hole. She's hallucinating. We don't know, allegedly. Okay?
I don't have any phones now.
And he doesn't even care. Like, he's not even checking in with his wife. It's not even a conversation. It's a waste of time to have both of them on there. They're not even connecting. It's him reading and her internally crying. What's the point?
Was there roughly 10 days before the murders? I don't know the exact timeline here. I wouldn't be surprised if the prosecution, for example, called someone like Markowitz because he was in the home for 5 days. right? He might be able to testify to the fact that Nick seemed perfectly fine. So yes, it's possible that Nick could have been prescribed the medication and taking the medication.
You know what, John? Anything's fucking possible because you don't know anything.
I'm having chest pain.
I can't with this guy. It's possible, and then this is possible, but that's possible, and we're all possible. Why are you here? What are you doing? Other than like just making money off that. Like, what are you doing? How is this your psychologist reacts? I don't understand what's happening here. This is not what you said it was going to be.
After Markowitz left, yes, that's certainly possible. And again, all the timelines will be examined.
Look at her. I mean, serious. What? We're only like a minute. Like, we're not even that far into this. And she's what would you guys do if I was just somebody call Hypeman Husband Chell and get me off the screen. Also, again, Grayson, this is when you can, I know it will gross us all out, but you could zoom in on John. Okay? At least he's not passing out. He's making us pass out, but he's not passing out.
And perused and critiqued. And so yeah, but I think even if that's the case, I don't know that he would have had an immediate aggressive response. He might have. I mean, there's certainly some antipsychotics that are a lot of antipsychotics, by the way, like quetiapine, for example.
What?
They act more like sedatives.
Okay, I would love to know. Is he able to prescribe medication? Like, I think technically you would have to be a psychiatrist, right? Like, I don't know if he is. I'm genuinely asking if anyone knows, because he's talking a lot about medication. I'm like, can you even prescribe medication, bro? Not saying he wouldn't know about that, a little, but it's also like, it just feels yucky that he's talking as some type of person who is an authority on this, but he doesn't have the authority to prescribe the medication. It just seems like he's out of his wheelhouse on this one. He's beyond his scope of knowledge. Like, anyone could read what he just read. But if you are a true, doctor and you are able to prescribe the medication, you understand the medication, you keep up. You have to keep up with the changes in medication. You have to have such a greater understanding and knowledge of it, where this guy's just spouting off at the fucking broken zipper sweater.
Okay.
Again, Lauren. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Lauren, for your contribution.
Not all. I mean, it depends on the antipsychotic, but oftentimes you'll see on psych wards that a lot of psychiatrists will give antipsychotics to sedate.
Right. It calms people down.
Right.
I've fallen and I can't
Thank
get
you,
up.
Lauren. I don't know what we would do without this, just quality commentary from Lauren going, oh yeah, sedatives, because it calms people down. I'm on one right now. Have you ever heard of Seroquel? I love Seroquel. Seroquel and Sauvignon. That's what I do. Sauvignon Blanc and Seroquel. Allegedly for fun and comedy. Okay.
It's not enough.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
Dr. May CH says his PhD probably had him take 1 or 2 pharmacology classes 20 years ago. Yep, I had a feeling. Thank you. But this dude is talking like he is a damn doctor. Sir, calm your boner. Okay? Like, no. And she's like, oh, yeah, sedative because they constantly that. And she's looking at him like, how'd I do? And he's like, he doesn't like when she chimes in. And yet, nevertheless, she persisted.
But oftentimes you'll see on psych wards that a lot of psychiatrists will give antipsychotics to sedate.
Right. It calms people down.
Right.
Right. Calms people down. Thank you, Lauren. Yep. Even children know that.
It calms their thoughts down. It calms their bodies down, right? They'll give them antipsychotics to sedate them, not to agitate them.
Right. Not to make them more violent.
Right. And so
who the fuck would think that? Oh, when you get in the psych ward, they're going to give you some antipsychotics to make you real ragey. They want you to rage out. Like, look at his face. Like, he's even disgusted by himself. Okay. And yes, Otter says he's a natural sedative and laxative. Yeah, because he's full of shots, allegedly.
I don't know. Like, that doesn't fit either.
Interesting.
But here, so
interesting.
This, for our discussion about schizophrenia and violence, there's another TMZ story I think that a lot of people haven't seen or heard.
Okay.
And that is the second part of the story. That according to sources close to Nick or close to what's going on.
So you guys are just reading TMZ articles. So you're just like pop culture commentary now. Just like me. That's like something I would do. But you're supposed to be Psychologist Reacts with a journalist who talked about chocolate, bacon, and lice, but not at the same time. Because both can be fun, but never at the same time. You might think chocolate bacon could save your mood from lice, but no, the lice will get on the bacon and ruin the chocolate. And you can't enjoy the chocolate bacon with the lice. Okay. Yes, HTC podcast, sponsored by Lunesta. For real. With an even worse aftertaste. Because if you've ever taken Lunesta, someone's got to do something about that aftertaste. It is a pill that makes you gargle all of the mouthwash, brush your teeth a million times, and you're like, I'd rather just be tired than that aftertaste. Okay. Good God. Yes. Under pressure. Says pop culture trauma vultures. For real. They're literally reading TMZ articles. The Princeton USC graduate. And I saw on Reddit, someone said that they had originally added, I think, to this title, allegedly, because I didn't see it, that he went to Princeton. Like they're adding that to the Psychologist Reacts. So if you go to Princeton and you're a Princeton graduate and you got a PhD, you too can read from TMZ and speculate like any asshole can on the internet.
The story they reported, and again, I'm gonna accept this because they seem to have some insight.
Yes, TMZ that is reputable. They are just, oh, yes, not gossip, not salacious, not sellouts. They are, when you're looking for like media to trust, it's TMZ.
Right, sources here.
Okay. TMZ's good with their inside sources. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
She's going to give you that, TMZ. Do you hear that? LaurenMatthias from Hidden True Crime, someone you'll never hear of and you've never heard of, is going to give you that. You're good with your sources. Okay. And she would know good with the sources.
Especially in Hollywood, right? Like,
yeah.
What they said in the story is that Nick was not able to understand why he was put in jail because he believed there was a conspiracy against him.
Yeah.
He was aware of the crime. They're saying he was aware of his crime and that he's had some break with reality, right? Which may or may not be consistent with schizophrenia. But here's the interesting part of this, is that he didn't understand why he was in jail because he believed there was maybe not vast, that's my term. He believed that there was a conspiracy against him.
She's like, okay, you're adding too much. Like, look at her. She's pissed. She is pissed. Sir, you can't even entertain your wife. How are you going to entertain the masses? And I did notice, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. All right. I did notice that they had like 1.7 thousand people watching, which totally could be real. I'm not saying it's not real. The movement in their chat was very slow. And we'll see it later in this video because I'm going to start recording the live chat too. For having that many people, not a lot of people were engaging in it. Could be because people don't want to engage in a premiere, but just seemed a little weird that they didn't have a lot of people. Maybe they have, a lot of blocked things in the comments or something, but very little interaction, very little participation. And you would think there would be some because people are very interested in this case right now because it is so new and there's so many questions that these two cannot answer.
That he didn't understand why he was in jail because he believed there was maybe not vast, that's my term. He believed that there was a conspiracy against him. What does this show? right? What does this show?
If true, what does it show?
What does it show? Right. It shows the possibility of persecutory delusions. He believes he's being persecuted. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So let's remember the spectrum with schizophrenia over here.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Delusions more closer to the normal side.
Delusions, and then
Okay.
well, over here with another.
Okay, so instead of adding media, Lauren's just going to use her hands. Ideal wiener size. Boom, boom. For me. Me, okay? Just me, Lauren, allegedly. You know, just boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, well. I said, boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. She's doing the fucking voguing. She's doing the Macarena. Lauren. CNN might be watching Lauren. Susan Hendricks might see a job opening and not tell you because I don't know if they want you to do this. I don't know.
Spectrum with schizophrenia over here.
Yeah.
And he does it first. And then she's like, my dick's bigger. So then he does his dick thing. And then she's got to have a bigger dick because these two are in competition and they hate each other.
Persecutory
in my opinion.
Delusions. He believes he's being persecuted. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So let's remember the spectrum.
Okay, so he's like, remember the spectrum? She's like, fucking the spectrum. Why are you talking about the spectrum? You know I remember the spectrum. I'm on the spectrum. Okay? Because Lauren says she's neurodivergent as well. I don't want to claim her as one of ours, but apparently she wants to join our ADHD club, our neurodivergence club. I mean, I don't know if I don't want to take her, you know, but I guess it's not up to me. All right. Tortoise interference. Thank you for the 199. So just throwing it out there. Words. Brad, by the way. Let's get back to Brad Pitt. DB, thank you for the 199. I left a nasty message in chat. John, no one reacted. No, what did you write? It's crazy. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dr. May, for the 199. Says go buy yourself some teeny tiny glasses. I do need to get some little glasses to be John. His little lady glass. I mean, look at these two. Good God, I got to screenshot this. I probably already did, but we'll just do it again. All right. But my word. Look at how they look at each other. Is this love that I feel? Or is this that I can't stand your ass? This isn't love that I'm feeling. This is disdain. And your fucking tiny lady glasses. It's like I'm having sex with the grandmother. And I'm not trying to have sex with granny. Okay. All right. Move on, Jolene. I'm trying.
With schizophrenia over here.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Delusions more.
Oh, so hers had to be bigger. She's like, your spectrum's like this, but my spectrum's like this. Like this. I got the biggest spectrum here, bitch. And he's like, whoa. Like this is competitive, combative.
Closer to the normal side.
Delusions, and then
okay.
well, over here with another.
There's a couple of there's research that suggests that the positive symptoms of schizophrenia, in other words, let's call them active symptoms of schizophrenia, because the negative symptoms are essentially the absence of symptoms.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you have no affect, you're not actively doing anything.
Yeah.
You're just robotic, right? You're just.
And you would know all about that, wouldn't you, John?
An interesting story by
You're just like robot. Yeah, like you. And boring. And very, very boring. Okay, no wonder Lori Hellis interrupted you. She was like, we're losing viewers. She had to bring it back. She had to make it entertaining. All right? And you got really mad.
It's about the fact that these people cannot handle vulnerability. It's about the fact that years ago when that person cut me off, she could not handle my vulnerability and my raw emotion. And I'm still pissed. Years later, I'm pissed that somebody cut me off when I was going to answer my question in probably the most vulnerable way I could ever answer a question. Because it was about my son.
Oh God. But you know what? She tried to give Dr. John did have a little bit of a glow up from that video. That video, he looked like, you know, an elderly second grade, you know, second grader getting his first communion, you know, at Easter with his little picnic table shirt and his little bangs, his little baby bangs across the face. So now he like grew it out a little bit. He's got some like natural curl going on. He's still got the old lady glasses. Now he's got a Costco man sweater, you know, so it's a little better. It's a little better, John. I'll give you that. Okay. It's a little better. Sharon Monte Cristo is here saying they're both insufferable. Love Jolene. I love you right back. But Sharon, have you been over at Trisha's? Do we have any updates? I got sent a bunch of Trisha videos to roast, you guys. So we're going to get some Trisha roasts in. I'll be back on my bookshelf in no time. Chin Plant 67, thank you for the $4.99. There was a Patreon in training, John, to look into the camera like professional news outlets. He couldn't do it. She was PO'd. I crap you negative. What? So there was a Patreon training John to look in the camera like professional news outlets. He couldn't do it. She was PO'd. Oh, good God. Just give it up. Give it up. Yes, Sharon, the myth, the legend, the icon.
You're just a puppet. You're just sitting there, right? So
right. Kind of like Lauren's doing too.
There's significant.
You looked right in the camera like, right? That's how you put me, John. I just have to sit here and I'm so fucking bored.
Research out there showing that the active phase or symptoms or acute phase of schizophrenia with either delusions or hallucinations is more associated with violence. So if this is true, if Nick indeed is having persecutory delusions, then I think the risks for violence go up. And the reason that is because that historically people who believe they're being persecuted and they have delusions about it, they occasionally, not all the time, not often, but they occasionally engage in what would be considered violent preemptive strikes against their perceived enemies or persecutors because they're afraid all the time.
Paranoid.
They're paranoid, exactly. So
she's like, paranoid. There's my fucking contribution. When are you gonna shut the fuck up?
There's some paranoia and fear that they're being followed or that, and so it's not. Let's just follow this where it could lead, right? Or follow this in terms of where it might lead to murders. It's not hard to imagine. And there is a little confusion here, though, because if you're using a lot of meth, like you're going to have paranoia too, right? Like trying to separate those things is going to be.
How would you know, John? John's like, when you're on the meth, oh boy, you get paranoid.
You're despicable.
You can clean a house in an hour, okay? But you're paranoid as fuck. You're like, who's here? You're just looking over like, God. Those are the good old meth days.
Cease and desist. You sent a cease and desist.
Good times, John. Just always laughing too. Meth. Like what kind of doctor? What kind of psychologist is talking about meth use and laughing like, boy, it makes you paranoid, ruins your life, heads you down a really bad path. That's hilarious. Back to you, Lauren. Just kidding. You don't get to talk in this. You just sit there.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard to imagine. Let's just imagine that Rob and Michelle.
So now we have to enter imaginary world. So this is the psychologist reacts from Princeton, USC, whatever. Who cares? He's from University of Southern Dickhead University. I don't know. Now we're in imaginary. Let's imagine. I don't need you to imagine, John. Nobody needs your help imagining. We can all imagine.
There was some speculation that
look at she's just fucking mean mugging this dude. I mean, how are we supposed to like him when she hates him? It's getting meaner and meaner.
Asked him to leave the home again. That's been disconfirmed.
It's been disconfirmed.
That's been proven false. That they didn't.
Or proven false. Yeah, or disconfirmed, unconfirmed, disassociated, paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Meth, right? Boy, is that fun.
Ask him to leave the home. However, what if they asked him to go back to treatment? What if they asked him to go back to rehab? It's not hard to imagine that somebody like Nick.
What if he brought an elephant home and they were mad about the elephant? What if he had a pet cockatoo that he thought spoke to him? What if he didn't believe pandas were real? And he saw a panda and he thought, this is it. And that was the sign. What if? So John's just giving us what ifs, imaginary land, and Lauren is giving us Sleepy Town, Melatonin, USA.
May have seen his parents as part of this conspiracy.
Interesting.
And they may.
Interesting. Yes. This is my time to say one thing and then eat my lips because they taste like hot dogs.
He may have seen his parents as persecutors.
Interesting.
That were.
Nummy, nummy, nummy. Nummy, nummy, nummy. I got my lips in my tummy.
That were colluding
with
colluding. Interesting. Repeating words, parroting. Yes.
We're colluding with other people in Hollywood, right? And so that's a possible motive.
That's interesting. That they were part of the collusion or the conspiracy against
the collusion conspiracy. Methamphetamines.
Tim. Could that also be a victim mindset too, though?
Oh, see, this is where she perks up because she knows about the victim mindset. Lauren's like, wait a minute. Are we talking about my specialty?
Boom.
You know I love a victim mindset. Get it, girl. She's like, ooh, victim mindset. Yes, I like that. Yes. Yes, I'm good at that. That's me.
Like which, tends for me to think of sort of a personality disorder, like this victim mind.
Oh, God. Whenever they're saying this stuff, they're talking about themselves. The projection is real. Like a personality disorder. Yeah, we know, Lauren. Yeah. A victim mindset. Yeah, we know, Lauren. We're looking at it. Yeah. Okay. Allegedly, obviously. For fun.
It's inappropriate. Or is that something completely different?
No, that's different.
Oh my God. Disgust. Like if my husband talked to me this way, I'd be like, what? No. I'd be like, Chell, what's wrong with you? Are you possessed? Because you got to get repossessed. All right. Because this isn't going to work. No, that's different. Stupid ass. No, that's different. He doesn't even make eye contact. Oh, okay. And then she goes, because that's like, that would bruise me. I'd be like, dang, you don't got to be that dismissive of me, Mr. Smarty Pants. But she's kind of used to that. So then she immediately goes, oh, okay, well, I'm going to write down notes. Notes. I'm busy doing stuff. Notes.
Okay. You though?
And you're an asshole. Like even Lauren doesn't deserve this behavior. No woman deserves to be as dismissed. Like nobody deserves this. You're an asshole, dude.
Which, tends for me to think of sort of a personality disorder, like this victim mindset, or is that something completely different?
No, that's different.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh my God. Just yuck. Just thank God. I'm going to go hype my husband Shell right on the wiener. I'd be like, thank you for not being this guy. Okay. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Like just yuck. Just all of the fragility, yuckiness. That's different. Just more in the stupid papers. Ugh. Right? Ugh. He's like serious Velvet Fox. He has incel behavior. This dude. Like you are supposed to love your wife. No matter how big of an asshole she is, you're supposed to help her, love her, respect her. Okay? This dude is just so gross and dismissive. Lauren, I do wish better for you. I definitely do, because no one deserves to be talked to like this dude talks. Ugh. Miss Chaos, thank you for the 5. Says, you're amazing, Joleen. It's almost 3 a.m. here. Oh, my goodness. So I have to go to bed soon and take care of my kid. Oh, I love kitties first. But I'll be listening. Thank you so much. And all the love to you and your kitties. Tortoise Interference. Thank you for the 999. Says, Joleen, I wish I was half as funny as you. Oh, I guarantee you're funnier than me. Okay, don't even. Also, can you please explain to chat about how Lauren sits behind a magnifying glass? Oh, yes. So I use like a magnifying glass too, because her facial expressions were just so much, as you can see. So I just was in my cap because I actually use editing software, sometimes Grayson. Okay, I want to make it better for my audience. And so, yes, her head does look bigger than John's. Because honestly, I'd rather look at Lauren than John. I mean, no offense, all offense, but yuckers. And we had to catch all of her reactions. So yes, it is like a magnifying glass and it's in CapCut. Yeah. Editing software. What's that? You can have all kinds. InShot, CapCut. You can just iMovie. It's so basic and easy. Like invest something in your damn channel. All right. Redbird, thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate that. Redbird 5053. So now she's like,
that's a little different. You have this possibility here.
And now she's writing notes to Grayson. She just wrote down, I have to stay at your place tonight. Here you go. We're going to be at the office again for another week. I can't stay by this fucking idiot anymore. I can't do it. Grayson's like, okay, mommy, let's go home. Like, oh, God. Imagine how much she probably stays with Grayson. I imagine probably a lot. I mean, I'll be honest, I'd rather stay with Grayson than this dude. I really would.
Delusions, right? And I mean, it's an interesting story. And I think it's a story that's kind of been lost in the shuffle. That people are mainly focusing on schizophrenia when maybe they should be focusing on this idea that he was delusional. And I think that might fit this narrative a little better in terms of that Nick doesn't seem to be, according to a lot of people, and maybe this is because of medication, but he doesn't seem to be completely divorced from reality. So maybe he's more towards the middle of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Maybe this is more about delusion.
How the fuck do you know? You've never treated this man. You've never talked to this man. You've never even really heard this man speak other than an interview in 2016 for a movie he did with his dad. And yet you're pulling so much from that as the authority, as the psychologist. Like, it just seems very irresponsible.
This is from a study.
Oh, there's Grayson with her little editing. You'll see the ghost edit.
The medication, but he doesn't seem to be completely divorced from reality. So maybe he's more towards the middle of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Maybe this is more about delusions. This is from a study by.
Thank you, Grayson. G. Lander, thank you for the $9.99. I'm going to kiss my husband on the wiener and thank him for not being Dr. John. That is what I said. Okay. Now I'm going to do it again and again and again for the rest of my life. Okay. He's going to get wiener kisses for life for not being a dickhead like this dude.
Douglas, Guy, and Hart from 2009.
Nobody cares.
It's in the journal Psychological Bulletin. The title of it is Psychosis as a Risk Factor for Violence to Others, a meta-analysis. Their basic finding, and I'll just read this quickly.
Please.
Their basic finding is, quote, the findings of our meta-analysis provided strong support for the view that psychosis and violence are associated with one another, albeit the effect size was small. In other words, there is an association, but it's not a tremendously strong association. But here's one of the things they said.
Like, we couldn't deduce that ourselves. In other words, yeah, exactly what I just said. I'm going to say again and use other words. The lick lip again. Oh my God, this dude. Look at all those papers stapled together.
At the level of positive symptoms, which are what I'm calling the active parts of schizophrenia, so hallucinations and delusions, positive symptoms were significantly more strongly related to violence than were negative symptoms, providing some support for the causal models that emphasize these types of symptoms.
Positive?
The positive symptoms are delusions and hallucinations.
Okay, got it.
So it's
positive? John, you sure about that? That even woke Lauren up. Positive? Yes.
If you drill down, and by the way, psychosis is a broader term. So psychosis is also considered a break from reality in some sense, but psychosis would be a broader term that encompasses schizophrenia and any type of break with reality. So psychosis would encompass not just schizophrenia, but maybe like a drug-induced, let's say a methamphetamine-induced break.
Jeez, he's obsessed with meth.
For reality.
Yeah.
That would be part of that larger umbrella of what psychosis would be considered. But the important point here,
dude, there is no point. Don't lie.
Is that when you drill down a little bit and look at schizophrenia, it turns out that delusions and hallucinations are the components that may be the most responsible for violence.
No shit. What?
Yeah.
And on that,
and he puts, imagine the stacks of paper he has stacked up higher than their bed to the ceiling. And she tries to throw them away. Those are my papers. They're my very important papers. I'll print them out and I'll read them. I use a highlighter. Don't throw away my papers.
no. So So one of those would be delusions, and specifically persecutory delusions.
You can't even fucking say it.
The other part of this would be related to hallucinations. And more specifically, there's a type of hallucination called the command hallucination. This is from a research article.
I think I'm having a command hallucination right now. Listen to this, dude. Thank you, Lisa, for the $1.99. Yeah, Lauren pretending to be interested. She's not doing a good job pretending. Okay.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
Yeah. He's like, get off my lawn. Get off my papers.
By McNeil et al. From 2000. It's from Psychiatric Services, the Journal of Psychiatric Services. The title of the article is The Relationship Between Command Hallucinations and Violence. They looked at a sample of 100 and
pick off your hot dog lips. Those are very expensive. Those are costly hot dog lips. Leave your hot dog lips alone, lady. And I like, we're back to the et al. Bundy.
Psychiatric inpatients, and they were trying to find out if what percentage of these patients had command hallucinations and whether that was associated with violence. They found that 30% of their patients reported they had command hallucinations.
Okay.
Of the patients that had command hallucinations, the risk of harm to others was twice as likely to involve violence, even when the analysis controlled for demographic variables, substance abuse,
this
and
is
social
what a
desirability.
PhD
So in other words,
from Princeton gets you. Don't go. It's a violence.
The biggest risk factor for violence in their sample was the command hallucinations. So you're probably asking, what is a command hallucination?
No, we don't care. Just shut up.
I'm wondering.
Okay.
That's what I'm wondering.
That would probably
we should have
would
a list of all the vocabulary words and all the terms we learn each
true.
time.
We should have we should put up a list of
right. We should put up a list. Right. Because I make very smart. Right. What she's saying. Yeah. Right.
Of terms so that I don't confuse people. A command
the tongue again.
Hallucination is basically a false auditory. So a command hallucination is going to be auditory. I told you that there's visual and auditory hallucinations. Command hallucinations are primarily auditory. A command hallucination is a false auditory perception.
Coming in saying,
of being ordered
you
to
don't have his PhD from Princeton. Oh, is it the where's his PhD from? USD? What did I say it was? USC? I wanted to call it USD because he's a geek from USC.
do something.
Maybe they should put him in jail. You know, the same way they did What's Her Nuts from Desperate Housewives and Lori from Full House when they lied and cheated to get their kids into USC. Maybe John should go. He should get a little time too. Allegedly.
And so these are actually, if you think about it, these are like the types of things you see in movies where somebody hears a voice, right? When you say someone hears voices, what a command hallucination is when you hear a voice and that voice orders you to do something. Oftentimes it orders you to do something violent. These are the types of, like in movies, you'll see the cliche, like God told me to do it.
Yeah.
That's a command hallucination.
Yeah.
So if you hear a voice that says, for example, God told me to murder this person because he's evil, that would be a command hallucination. So that's the other part of schizophrenia where there's...
Lauren's like, can you repeat that one? I think I might use that in the future. Maybe.
It's inappropriate.
I don't know. Because, you know. But what was that? I can say what now? If I do what now? With the who now? Do you now? Lauren's paying attention to this one. Okay.
a higher risk.
Command hallucinations. And that can maybe get you out of stuff? No? Okay.
The violence is when you have a command hallucination and some authority or some person is ordering you to do something and you do it, you carry it out. The part that's not talked about as much is that a lot of people have, schizophrenics may have command hallucinations, but they don't obey the command.
Yeah.
So just because you have the command doesn't mean you're going to do something. I'm going to read a quote from this study on command hallucinations.
The association between command hallucinations.
Um,
I'll wait for that.
quote,
That's interesting.
quote, a substantial proportion, this is from page 1291. Quote, a substantial proportion of patients in our study reported compliance with command hallucinations to harm others, and patients who reported command hallucinations reported higher rates of violence than did other patients. The association between command hallucinations and violence held up, even when the analysis controlled for demographic variables.
Damn, John, you pissed off my dog. My dog's like, hell no. Megan, stop. But John's back to giving the page numbers, you guys. He fell off for a second.
Substance abuse, and social desirability response sense.
So the association between command hallucinations.
So even she's like, you're not reading it right. So she's got to reread it, which isn't going to make him happy.
And violence held up, even in controlled, this is the way I read it, even in analysis controlled for demographic variables, substance abuse. And
so in other words, one of the things you try to do in a study.
He's so dismissive. Whatever.
Is you try to figure out what variables are influencing what. And what they're saying is that you want to control certain variables so that those aren't the variables that are making the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, like what they're trying to do is they're trying to rule out, when they say demographic variables, they're trying to rule out age. They're trying to rule out gender. They're trying to rule out substance abuse, right? And that's what they did.
No shit.
Yeah.
So when you rule out these other factors that play a role.
He literally talks to everyone, including her, like we're idiots. Like as he describes something so basic here.
Substance abuse.
So in other words, one of the things you try to do in a study is you try to figure out what variables are influencing what. And what they're saying is that you want to control certain variables so that those aren't the variables that are making the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, like what they're trying to do is they're trying to rule out, when they say demographic variables, they're trying
like we don't know what demographic means.
to rule out age.
What? That's a demographic? Age, gender? Huh? Thank God for you, Dr. John.
Trying to rule out gender. They're trying to rule.
And then she has to play dumb. Well, I don't know if she's playing all the time, but okay. Interessant. Okay. Yes. Ugh.
About substance abuse, right? And that's what they did.
Yeah.
So when you rule out these other factors that play a role in schizophrenia and possible violence, and you're left with the fact that the command hallucinations they're accounting for the largest proportion of variance. That's the term a psychologist would use.
That's the term a psychologist use. What's that? You don't understand because you're not a psychologist. But when you are a psychologist and you're a man, that's one of the words we use. You guys don't use that because you're not special.
An interesting story by
He really loves himself. He loves himself too much. All right? Too much.
Bruh.
Calm it down. He's on Love Island with himself. John, you don't understand. Because that is what psychologists say. Okay. Mabel Dragonburn, thank you so much for the $1.99. Says he's a self-taught Princeton janitor. He doesn't have the work ethic to be a janitor. No, janitors work hard. This dude would cry. He would piss on the floor and go, I don't want to clean it up. It's part of your job, and you did it. I don't care. There's a demographic variables here. Thank you, OMG. Not that nonsense for the $4.99. Says these HTC podcasts is the precursor to a husband deletion and God forbid. But I'm just like, sometimes you're like, is this the beginning of a Dateland episode? Like, just separate. It's clear, whore miserable. All right? Allegedly.
The simple way to put that is that it's explaining more. It's explaining more of why the violence occurred.
Thank you for the simple term. It's explaining more why the violence occurred.
Right.
Thank you.
So what they found was that the command hallucinations were explaining more about why the violence occurred than age, gender.
I'm laughing with my husband. She's like, and she looks over the side like, ugh. Like, again, he's bad. Age, gender. We know what the variable, like you already said this. Does this man have dementia? What is going on here? He's just repeating himself over and over again. Sir, you might need a brain scan or something. All right.
Substance abuse, socioeconomic
Again, Grayson, you could edit this.
status, right? All these different variables.
Yeah.
All the variables.
This is important because it's consistent with the research showing that perhaps these positive active components or symptoms of schizophrenia are more responsible for violence and schizophrenia than the other elements of schizophrenia.
Okay.
All right. So we
And Lauren is all of us. Thank God.
Jesus is just alright with me.
Yes, Lauren.
Jesus is just alright. Oh, yeah.
Grayson, you didn't fucking edit the yawn out? Bro, like fired. And you guys wrap it up. Just a wrap it up. Wrap it up like Reynolds wrap. We're done here. The co-host said, oh, and this isn't a live. You didn't go, oh, it's kind of late. You chose the time, you pre-recorded, and you had the option to edit. Tell us again how you clearly don't give a shit about the product you're putting out because your wife is fucking yawning. I mean, I get it because, she's, this is so boring. But my God.
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
It's like, oh, this is fascinating. Thank you guys for joining us for this pre-record that we clearly don't give a fuck about. You could have just, in this moment, you know what I would do? If I was watching this video and I had to like edit for you, I would just zoom in on John so that we didn't see Lauren fucking yawning. Bro. Grayson, I don't know why you think like what you do is so special that you can just harass people in DMs and email people mean shit when this is the kind of product you're putting out. This is not good, ma'am.
we talked about schizophrenia are more responsible for violence and schizophrenia than the other elements of schizophrenia.
Okay.
All right. So we've talked about
Cease and desist. Cease and desist.
so we've got
Girl, we feel you.
we've talked about schizophrenia and substance abuse.
Look at she's doing that thing, you lean forward, you're like, okay, gotta wake up, gotta stay in this. Ooh, we've all done this at work or when we're intoxicated, just like, come on, yeah, no, thrilling, yeah. You just changing positions, like, oh yeah, that's freaking fascinating, bro. Oh yeah, okay, I'm just stretching because this is like kind of boring. No, I'm listening. Keep talking. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, hi Dave. Oh yeah, no, I'm just petting the dog. I'm just getting up. Just come on, girl. You got this. I'm drinking water. So far, I haven't seen her drink any water. Okay, but they claim she was drinking water. Oh my God.
I'm having chest pain.
And how these studies one study says substance abuse doesn't matter, the other study says it does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about another component of this research on schizophrenia that's really important that I think is sometimes
She's like, her eyes are bugging. I was like, okay, he's talking about another component. Component. Have you ever thought of that word? Component, like pony. Ride it, my pony. She is gone.
collected.
Okay.
And that has to do with personality disorders, specifically psychopathy.
I have a lot of questions there, as do a lot of people online. A lot of people have said they think Nick is a psychopath.
A lot of the anonymous accounts I've posted from think Nick is a psychopath. Yep. Me and all my Anon accounts, allegedly, obviously, for fun. I don't do that, even though there's proof of me doing that. Yeah, me and my other alt accounts, we all think he's a psychopath. So yeah, lots of chatter online.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Thank you so much, Lauren. we think he's a psycho. Just so you know.
So I just read from this article, psychosis is a risk factor for violence to others.
Okay.
And this is so important.
Okay.
And here it is.
So this is when I included their live chat because stuff was happening.
Quote, the effect size for psychosis appears meaningfully smaller than that for
She's like, oh, smaller. I know about that.
psychopathy.
Oh. Yeah.
In other words,
Oh, yeah.
It's more likely psychopathy.
correct.
God is a man made up by other men to tell them that they're special.
Psychopathy. Correct. He's not listening to a word she says.
And not only that, so I'm going to go back
Again, he didn't listen to me.
to an article.
It's more likely psychopathy.
Correct. And not only that, so I'm going to go back to an article I talked about earlier, which is schizophrenia and criminal offending. And the subtitle of this article is The Role of Psychopathy in Substance Use Disorders.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Let's do it. He don't care.
Their main finding?
That title, let me just throw that title just has everything in
Right.
it. Schizophrenia and criminal offending.
Say that again, Lauren. What was that? Schizophrenia. Wow. This title, it's got everything in it. So schizophrenia and the criminal.
Role of psychopathy and substance abuse.
Substance. I like substance.
Use disorder. So that like almost like is like every
That's almost like, girl, the slurring.
speculation on Nick Reiner rolled into one
Yeah.
title.
Right. And
Okay. So I'm
Okay.
listening.
the
role of
their main finding?
that title, let me just throw that title just has everything in
Right.
it. Schizophrenia and criminal offending, the role of psychopathy and substance abuse.
Yes, Lauren, good job. Fresh, hot and fresh chocolate bacon lice.
Use disorder. So that like almost like is like every speculation.
It's almost like is like
on Nick Reiner rolled into one
Yeah.
title.
Right. And
Okay. So I'm
Okay.
listening.
Look at someone in their comments. Again, their fans are coming in saying, I think psychology is somewhat gaslighting. Again, no offense.
Cease and desist. You send a cease and desist.
They must be. Maybe they're a fan of no offense, all offense. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, they're so much bigger than all of us little people. They just let us use their content because, fair use isn't a thing to them. But yeah, I think you're just gaslighting us. No offense, bro. Seems pretty gaslighty. I mean, you're right. You're not wrong. What the fuck? So someone gifted memberships and she said, welcome, blessing. Oh, okay. So that must be a new. I thought it was going to say, thank you for the blessings for the body. I was like, what? But that must be someone's name. Oh, God. I was like, what does that mean?
their main finding is simple. And
Again, like you could edit that part. Why do we got to sit there and watch him sift through papers? And I sped this up a little.
I'll summarize it here.
Lauren's back to hello, darkness, my friend. I miss my Pinot Grigio again. And when I got a little benzos and a little Pinot Grigio, I feel so nice. And it helps. Listen to John. Drone on and on and on.
These findings suggest
Very interesting. Just very, very fascinating.
that among offenders with psychopathic traits, the traits, not substance abuse, are associated with criminal offending. And that includes members of this study, which were 202 men with schizophrenia, and 78 of those men with primary diagnoses of psychopathy.
Mm-hmm.
That they looked at all these various configurations of substance abuse, schizophrenia, psychopathy, and criminal offending, and what they found was the biggest determinant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay. You can't talk either, so don't judge me. You had just as much wine at dinner as me, John. Yeah, but I can handle it because I am a PhD. I'm so fucking sick of hearing about your PhD. I could have worked for CNN. Oh, yeah? You were asked to go to Milwaukee. Says you don't understand how journalism works, you idiot. Okay, that gets you into CNN. Everyone knows the pathway is CNN. It's Milwaukee. Have another one, okay? Don't tell me I have another one. You know I finished the bottle.
Criminal offending was psychopathy and not schizophrenia.
There you go.
And not substance
There you go. There you go. Let's wrap it up.
abuse.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
That's
And
interesting.
so
You go potty, my baby?
Most likely.
among offenders with schizophrenia,
Okay, we'll take a quick commercial break. Smash that like. I gotta let the doogies out to TT. You guys, we'll play our favorite hit from Hype Man Husband RN, Don't Be a Dick, and I'll be right back.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick. Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
With the things that you do, you're obviously very hurt, and that's why I think that you're a big fucking jerk.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick.
People can have opinions. Also, no one is above critique. I don't know who told these idiots why their heads are so big that they think they're above critique or they're above, questioning. If you agree with everything someone does, you're probably in a cult. Or if you feel like you have to agree with everything someone does, you're probably in a cult. And if you have a little lady like Grayson hitting you up, going, yeah, what are you doing? You don't understand. You better be, whatever she's messaging people. It's weird, Grayson. How do people have this much time?
Go back to the whole, what do you do to avoid extremists? And if I don't say this, I'm going to regret it. But enjoy friends that you can disagree with. One thing we need more in this world is friends that will disagree with us. So if you ever find yourself in an echo chamber, only wanting to hang out with people that agree with you or listen to things where you can agree with everything, check yourself. Go find a friend you disagree with and embrace them.
Okay, literally, I'm the complete opposite. I have one friend, and that's my sister, and we agree on everything.
I'm speaking to you then.
Someone told me that Grayson went home for the holidays. I mean, a month ago, I probably would have been like, oh, good, there's some hope for her. I don't think so. I just don't think there's no hope with dope. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I think this is the type of gal that she likes this. She likes this kind of drama for your man.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
Thank you for your patience, you guys. Doggies have went out to TT, and they're back with treats, and the kitty's got a treat too. So let's keep it moving. Thank you. We are already at, let's see here. Oops. I think we are already at 699 likes. We got 1,100 and some watching. We did have 1,200. Sorry, took me a while. Some people were like, "I'll be back later." So can we get 1,100 likes? I believe in us.
Those with high psychopathy scores committed more crimes than those with low psychopathy scores.
Okay.
Among non-mentally ill offenders, normal patients, among non-mentally ill offenders.
Is that normal for psychologists to refer to it as normal? Okay.
Offenders with psychopathy and schizophrenic.
Yeah, look at that face, right? Kelly Kell says, oh, what a face. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a face. She is pissed and she is so damn bored. Thank you, Beach Rando, for coming in with a super chat. Says, Gray, tell John reading from a book is boring AF. If only she would do it and he would listen.
Offenders with high psychopathy scores, those with and with.
He doesn't even have like a good reading voice. He has like a constant sinus infection.
Without substance use disorder.
I think he has a deviated septum. Because I hear it.
There's committed on average similar numbers of offenses. So in other words, it's the psychopathy that's leading to the crime, to the crimes.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people bringing that up online. So you just
lot of my
laid it out
accounts.
as likelihood.
A lot of my Anon accounts bringing that up. Trolling people on Reddit with it. Facebook groups. Yeah.
I'm going to read from another study.
I had to add the snoring.
Here quickly on this topic.
These fuckers can't even talk. Just wrap it up, bro. And this isn't even their whole life. This is just the portion of it. All right? They can't even read. They can't even talk. Go to bed. The Pinot Grigio has hit the fan. Go to bed.
Done a lot of research tonight.
I did a lot of research tonight.
Neurobiological correlates of violent behavior among persons with schizophrenia. This is by Knotts and Hodgkins. It's from
Knott's Berry Farm.
2005. It's from a journal called Schizophrenia Bulletin.
Fascinating.
This is on page 562. Quote, persons with schizophrenia who engage in violent behavior constitute a very heterogeneous population. Some display a history of antisocial behavior from a very early age. Others begin engaging in antisocial behavior around the time schizophrenia onsets. Others commit only one violent attack in their lives, while others behave aggressively only when acutely psychotic. In other words, what they're saying is similar to what I just said.
So why do you have to re-say it? Why do you re-say everything? It was so boring the first time. It's going to be even more boring the second time.
That a lot of violent behavior involves or tends to involve.
She is thinking like, John, okay, I think I don't appreciate you at all, but you might have to get a TRO against Lauren. Okay, because the way she's looking at you, I wouldn't fall asleep. I would sleep in a locked bedroom, sir. Allegedly. This is just my opinion.
Allegedly.
Okay, I think you're
despicable.
But I'm worried for your safety now, sir. Allegedly, obviously, for fun.
And the research supports the idea that there's some.
Every time he brings up violence and stuff, she's like, look at her, looks like dick. Fucking dick.
An antisocial component involved in schizophrenia and violence, right? So it's not the schizophrenia.
Violence. Sometimes it is the answer.
Schizophrenia. It's not the substance abuse, it's this antisocial or perhaps psychopathic component or psychopathic traits that's really driving the violence.
Okay.
Now,
he can't stop. He cannot stop.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, you didn't scare me. You're awake.
Oh, you look cute. Yeah.
Thank you. I said I was going to kiss your wiener for not being Dr. John, just so you know.
Turn off the video. We gotta go.
We got to wrap it up. You look cute too. I have my flowers on display. Right behind, you can see it.
Yeah. Them wiener kissing flowers.
Those are wiener kissing flowers. Yeah, they are. Okay, every day. As long as you never like Dr. John, you get the wiener kisses. All right, let's go.
I'm bored. I'm bored.
Yeah, I forgot I added that sound effect.
Now,
did he say happy birthday? Jill, did you say happy birthday? I don't know. Did I? Did John? Who said it? I don't know.
I'm bored. I'm bored.
does Nick Reiner is Nick Reiner a psychopath? I cannot answer that.
We don't know.
And you know, I don't know enough about him.
Not diagnosed.
I haven't interviewed him.
Not diagnosed.
I haven't interviewed him.
Why are you so freaking smug? Not diagnosing. Because clearly you've been called out on this before. She's like, not diagnosing. Haters. Haters.
You smug motherfucker.
What an odd way. I feel like I'm a psychologist now. Just reading all their weird things they do and say. Not diagnosing. And also, if you don't know, why are we here? Why are we here? I got to remind myself what the name of this video was. We don't know. We don't know anything. We're not diagnosed, even though I'm pretty sure I've heard him diagnose multiple times. Okay. But we're not diagnosing. No, we're not. All right, let's see. It's schizophrenia, addict, or psychopathy. Princeton psychologist breaks down why Nick Reiner schmurdered. It hasn't even, has he pleaded, did he plead guilty? We haven't even been to trial? I know we're just, innocent until proven guilty. Alan Jackson was like, I'll prove that he's not, or not I'll prove, but like, even though he had to step away as his attorney, he's like, he did not schmurder, which could mean lots of things. He still could have been responsible. Either way, their title is schizophrenia, addict, or psychopathy, however you say, psychopathy. Princeton psychologist breaks down why Nick Reiner schmurdered. What?
You're despicable.
Oh, no integrity.
I cannot
know.
answer that.
We don't know.
And you know, I don't know enough about him.
Not diagnosed.
I haven't interviewed him.
Not diagnosed.
I haven't interviewed him, right? But
We're just looking at research.
Right. We're looking at research, and it certainly seems that it's possible to imagine that some of the descriptions from some of the
He hasn't pled yet, but you have these two, a journalist and a psychologist, saying why Nick Reiner schmurdered. But he hasn't, we don't know. Like, you would just think maybe throw allegedly in there. I don't know. In our opinion, something. There's no allegedly. Yeah, that's what they asked, classic overthinker. That's what her chat's asking. So keep watching the live chat because it'll probably pop up soon when the chat starts going, is Lauren okay? What's wrong with Lauren?
Sources about his behavior, even going back to, let's go back to Alana Zabel, right? The throwing the vase.
Yeah.
Like
the yoga teacher, in other words.
The yoga teacher.
The yoga teacher / author who talked about little Nicky throwing a vase.
Little Nicky throwing a vase isn't necessarily psychopathic.
No.
If he's throwing the vase to try to harm someone,
we don't know.
And he doesn't have any or something. And
why is Lauren laughing at that? I didn't understand.
He doesn't have any empathy.
These are the same people that cried and tried to send a mother to jail over tiki-takis. Yet they're like, yeah, through a vase, hurt him. I don't know. Yeah. Murder, psychopathy, meth. Dang, Lauren perked up when the child violence was talked about.
No.
If he's throwing the vase to try to harm someone.
That's hilarious. He's throwing a vase to try to harm someone. What? Girl hasn't cracked a smile barely. But we're talking about child violence. She's like, that's hilarious.
We don't know.
And he doesn't have
something.
And he doesn't have any empathy for the person he's trying to harm. Well, you know, now that's getting a little more interesting in terms of thinking about psychopathy. But I think it's interesting that a lot of this research that's specifically looking at schizophrenia and violence is trying to tie in these components.
Yeah.
That it does seem like, and again, it depends on the study, right? But it does seem like these three elements have.
Someone in the chat says it. What if he was misdiagnosed? Like, there's still so much they don't know. So for him to say all these things and them to be so just like, yeah, cavalier, ha ha ha. That's funny.
Some correlation, and that some of these components seem to matter more than others.
Yeah.
On a counter note, I will say this.
Again, hilarious. Possible parental schmurder. Oh God, so funny. Talking about schizophrenia. It's hilarious. That's so funny.
That I'm going to read a quote. This is from Heilbronn. This is an article, or this is a chapter that Heilbronn wrote in a book called Psychological Science in the Courtroom. His chapter title is called Violence Risk Assessment, which is something I do. Here's what Heilbronn said about this
something he does, guys.
Whole thing. Quote, this is page 340.
Page 348, if you guys are never going to read that book like me. Page 348 of the Go F Yourself handbook.
48. The book was from 2009.
Everything he has is from 2009. It must have been a really good year for him. Yet never get anything above 2014, rarely from Dr. John. We're going back to 2009 when Kesha was hitting it. Okay? Come on, I'm out the door. I'm about to hit the city. And Dr. John was like, with the bottle of Jack, I brush my teeth and the AA coming back. I'm talking about everyone getting crunk. Like Dr. John. Dr. John's in the what you say years. That you because you did. What you say? Jason Derulo, whatever his name is. That's Dr. John's era, apparently.
Quote, despite the presence of literally hundreds of studies that address this question, it remains unclear whether mental illness is related to violence.
Well, there you go. We don't know dick. We don't know dick. It remains unclear. So why do we still have how many more minutes? All these minutes left on your stupid podcast.
So, in other words,
why do we need in other words? That was pretty clear.
Has nothing to do with anything.
I just
has nothing to do with anything. That's so funny.
cited a bunch of research that shows a lot of different things. And guess what? There's no consensus.
And this was becoming uncomfortable for me.
What the frick is the point? So I just read a bunch of shit that doesn't matter. You're welcome. How do people listen to this? How do people go, this is fascinating. Wow, John, way to go. This is so good. I love John. He helps me so much. He reads the pages because I don't like to look at the pages. I like to hear the pages. Is John just their Audible? Like a really shitty Audible? And they're laughing. They're like, we just scammed you guys allegedly, okay?
It's inappropriate.
Everything you just said, it don't mean anything. It don't mean nothing. Oh, God. This has got to be. This is scammy.
Right? There's really no, at the end of the day, there's no absolute consensus about what causes violence.
Look at Lauren smile. She's like, I love violence. It's fun.
Whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's mental illness, right? Whether it's
She's saying all this time, we spent all this time, and you're like, I don't know.
2,000 years later.
My uterus has aged so much. In this wasted time, John. You've aged all of our uteri with your bullshit. The men in the chat's balls are sagging even more from the time you took.
whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's mental illness, right? Whether it's
So you're saying all this time, we spent all this time, and you're like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying.
But she's not tipsy. She's freaking stone cold sober. How's it look? How's it look? This is how we spent all this time, and now you're like, how's it look? I don't know, you fuckface. You know she's loving this. She's like, you stupid. Who's the stupid one? Yeah. I know all about lice, and I know about chocolate bacon, and you don't.
Hey, Matt, I'm throwing
Lauren's like, finally.
out a bit of a disclaimer here. I'm saying that it's complicated.
Now he's even looking over like, I'm over here. Hello, Earth to Lauren. Hello, over here. Look at me. She's like, nah, I think that's something on the carpet. Have you ever looked at carpet? It's like a whole world. It's like fucking Fraggle Rock down there. Like, what's happening? You know, there's like another colony, like crab people, crab. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because I'm a lice expert, but I bet there's just like stuff living in there. And they probably have like a hierarchy. Maybe they have a democracy. Maybe it's better than ours. Fucking crazy.
Okay.
And I'm saying
Fair.
that although this research is interesting and it certainly is it has some interesting conclusions that I think are valid, there are many studies that contradict each other in this area. And there's a lot of research in this area, and there's no definitive answer.
Yeah.
But your title says you were going to tell us why Nick Reiner schmurdered. That's literally what your title says. Yeah, that's
fair.
See if we can see it here. Here, let me just take a screenshot of it here. That's what your title says. So that seems like a little false advertisement, a little clickbaity.
So
you guys are above that.
there's a
Or so you think.
a researcher by the name of Eric Elbagin
Not Eric Elbagin. Leave him out of it.
who's made this argument strongly, by the way.
Mhm.
He has an article here. This is more recent. This is 2016. This is from the
2016, you guys. Okay. John has entered the recent past.
Journal of Psychological Science. This is a clinical psychological
The last decade.
science is the journal. Title of the article is Beyond Mental Illness,
Never going to read it.
Targeting Stronger and More Direct Pathways to Violence.
Lauren, it's your favorite topic.
I'm not going to have the time here to break.
Thank God. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh God. Time was once just a clock to me, and life was just a book. Bibliography. Success was something you just had to me. Thank you, John.
Down this whole
Thank you, John Prine. Not this John. John Prine. All the love to John Prine. Put your hearts in the chat for John Prine. R.I.P. Not this John. John Prine, the good one.
argument. But what I will say is this: just to quickly summarize some of his findings. He's doing this research to try to support a model of aggression, which is called the I.
Look at, she is zoned in. She's not staring out when he's talking about aggression and violence. She's like, let me look. Let me see. What do they got over there? What's the cheat code?
Cubed model.
Okay.
I don't want to open that door because that'll be 20 minutes. But the IQ.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason.
Cube model or the IQ theory is actually fascinating, and I think it has a lot. It's very compelling. He finds evidence in his research to support this model, but when he's looking at those components of mental illness that have an impact on.
Someone in their chat goes, "Is this not live? I thought it was live. Am I not? Is it live?
Huh?
Are they live? I can't tell if they're live. I mean, it's not edited well, and she's yawning. Seems like they're live, but maybe they're not live. Are they live?
Huh?
Oh, poor blessing for the body. No, this is a pre-record, just a really shitty pre-record.
On violence, he's narrowing it down to components that he feels are the most important,
Oh, John's head big.
and some of the most important variables.
This is the screenshot. Take your screenshots now. Oh, I gotta take another one because I cut off part of his head. Take your screenshots now. Hi, producer Prince. Hi. Oh my God, that is the screenshot of all the screenshots. Oh, John. Oh, big dumb head, John.
That he's finding. Guess what? They're not psychosis. They're not schizophrenia. What they are, the number one risk factor he's finding is age.
Look at these people are so bored in the chat. They're like, we have a good chat. We do have a good chat. We're not engaging with this. I come here for the chat because I could just read all the things Dr. John is reading and more enthusiastically. I come here for the chat and to see if Lauren is going to pass out. For the pass out in the chat. That's why I come here. Mm-hmm.
And you and I have talked about this a lot, right? I've talked about that.
How slow their chat is moving compared to like my chat that only has 1,200 and their chat that has 1,700.
One of the there's in risk assessment, there are what are called dynamic risk factors and static risk factors.
I've honestly never seen a chat with over 1,000 that moved as slow as Lauren and John's.
Static risk factors are risk factors that do not change.
Right.
Age doesn't change.
Yeah.
Or if it does, I guess it changes slowly. Or if you ask me, it changes too fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're old.
I wish I could slow it down.
Me too. Happy birthday to me next week.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Lauren, you're just talking about a horrible schmurder, but Lauren's like, my birthday is next week. Happy birthday to me next week. If you guys want to get me something, it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
I know.
39.
Yeah, you're next.
He's 30. I'm 30, not making the joke. I'm 39 again. Hi, Princey Pooh.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank
you know, I don't know if I should say that to you because I feel like we celebrate your birthday all month. So
Of course you do. I mean, I'm a fan of my birthday too. I can't talk too much shit, but I just, someone like Lauren, yeah, she starts celebrating in September for her January birthday. It's my birthday month. They're like, bitch, you still have it's still in the realm. It's a birthday season. No, it's still fall. Whatever. It's May.
Which is good. Which is
my
good.
birthday month.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like our thing. He's like, which is good. Which is good. Don't stab me. It's good.
That age is
Producer Prince was like,
violent offenses. It's all the same, right? And his research shows the same thing. The second risk factor, guess what?
What?
Alcohol abuse and dependence. So substance abuse. That's the second, right? Obviously, that applies to Nick Reiner. Another one, the third one is gender. Males consistently and significantly commit more violence than females.
Mals? What's a Mal? Mel? So if your name is Mel, unfortunately you commit more violence than females. If you're a Mal.
Huh? It's a well-established fact. Is gender.
It's a well-established fact. Gender.
Mel's
Diner.
Consistently and significantly commit more violence than females.
Lauren's like, oh yeah? You want to put it to the test?
That's a well-established fact. Empirical fact.
It's empirical fact.
And this is one of the more interesting ones.
I know. I love like Maury says, you don't say, Dr. John, like I would guess the majority of their audience is women. We know. That's why we choose the bear, idiot. It's just this guy thinks he's telling us something.
By the way. And this is
he shouldn't have a voice to even tell women anything. He knows nothing except for surviving a buffalo herd trampling, a grizzly bear attack, a mama bear, falling out of a truck or a car and getting hit by a semi-truck, foraging down a river at 7 years old, okay, stealing animals, wild animals, and releasing them. There's one other I'm missing. Oh, being stalked by a mountain lion.
One he emphasizes a lot. You ready for this? It's really simple.
Ready.
But he believes, and he's shown through a lot of his research, he just recently wrote
Stop staring into our soul. Oh my God.
A book called Mental Illness and Violence, by the way, where he really amplifies this argument. He believes that one of the biggest, most significant risk factors for violence is, you ready for this? Anger.
What? Psh, what?
Bruh.
Anger. Yeah, people get violent. Like, because happy people, not as violent. When you're happy, you don't violence. Thank you, Mad Chatter. Yes, and he was also stung by a scorpion.
Warning. This video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh, goodness.
Well,
anger.
Here
we're ready for bed.
We are.
Anger has a more significant influence on, according to him, on violent behavior than schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Or psychosis or any of them. And what do we know about the night that they were murdered?
Nothing. You know nothing yet. You just know what people are allegedly reporting and saying. You don't know anything.
That he was allegedly angry at his dad. And
at least she said allegedly.
There was an angry Nick Reiner at Conan O'Brien's.
Why does she call him Conan? At Conan the Barbarian's house. The Conan? You know the Conan? No, not Conan. Conan, you guys. Conan.
Christmas party.
This is what Albagon says. I'm going to quote him here because I think this is...
John did not care. It was like, your contribution is shit.
It's not enough.
It's shit. Okay? Don't cut me off again.
It's about the fact that
John,
years ago when that person cut me off, she could not handle my vulnerability and my raw emotion, and I'm still pissed.
Okay. Build a bridge. Okay. God.
It's interesting.
I think you would have the emotional maturity to move on 5 years later.
This is page 753. He says,
Page
quote,
753.
although in any one individual case, serious mental illness may be of greater or lesser importance with the population of violent individuals studied, it played a much less significant and less direct role than society has been led to believe. So in other words, schizophrenia, right? Psychosis plays a much less direct role. I'm going to continue the quote. It is understandable that society would hope for a straightforward answer to the problem of violence. To be able to focus on a subpopulation.
Someone in the chat, in their live chat, just said something more profound than John has said the whole time. SP74I says, human beings are violent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sums it up. But be careful. You're sounding smarter than John. You might get a C and D.
Cease and desist. You send a cease and desist.
i.e. schizophrenics, that can be fairly consistently identified, that is already stigmatized within the population as a whole.
Oh, there's Grayson. She's like, Grayson Yor says, it went up on podcast last night, guys. I didn't edit it, obviously. For obvious reasons. I don't know how. I only know how to do ghost edit, allegedly. Thank you, Chicken Head, for the $1.99. We're mind-blowing, John. You're blowing our minds. Okay? You're making us want to blow our minds out. Wait. What?
And who may have fewer resources to counter such characterizations, either as individuals or group members, might help to contain our anxiety around the potential of being violently victimized. So what he's saying essentially is that people with schizophrenia are given a bum rap, and that this research isn't accurately reflecting the fact that schizophrenia does not have a significant correlation with violence, especially when you apply.
Grayson's anonymous account is in the chat. Allegedly, it's Beck Mick R412 says Grayson Yor at Grayson Yor is the hardest worker in the biz. You're welcome, Gloria.
And this was becoming uncomfortable for me.
It to models of aggression like the I-cubed model.
Which just anger has even more.
Anger, right. Anger is, in his mind, anger is, he calls it, it's a dispositional factor, dispositional force, because anger is more of a function of one's personality. Anger is one of the key elements of.
So what I'm getting at is schizophrenia isn't like that powerful of a defense. Is this what, I mean, this, I've been waiting for this Access Hollywood.
I was actually going to cover that in a future show.
But you brought it up at the beginning. You said this Billy Bush interview. And I've been staring at
I did.
that.
I read a part of the Billy Bush interview.
You're going to say that?
Uh-oh. The girls are fighting. Kids, shut up, Lauren. Just let this end, Lauren. Let this die.
For next time.
So she is a fan of Billy Bush.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I mean, you're talking about anger, though. Let's give a tease. We'll talk about it in the next one too. Access Hollywood 2016 interview with Billy Bush.
No, let's wait. We gotta hold back some material. We can't we gotta have some.
People are gonna forget. We can rinse and repeat. We can bring it up again.
What was that, Lauren? You can rinse and repeat.
And this was becoming uncomfortable for me.
Kind of like what you're doing with this Nick Reiner story? Claiming you have new content or a new reaction when you don't?
Boom. Roasted.
Just rinse and repeat, guys. That's what's going on. Rinse and repeat the same thing. Nothing new. Rinse and repeat. She look how casually she's like, we can just rinse and repeat it. These fuckers don't know. They're stupid. They really it seems like they do not respect their audience.
We gotta hold back some material. We can't we
gotta hold back some material. I would have definitely edited this part out, Grayson. This makes them look even more scammery.
We got to have some.
People are gonna forget. We can rinse and repeat. We can like.
It's inappropriate.
We can rinse and repeat. Yeah. These dumb gems don't know shit. They don't care. You're literally just reading from paper. And they're fucking giving us money, bro. Come on, we can rinse and repeat. Let's do it.
Like bring it up again. Just give a little teaser. We're gonna go into it. We're gonna dig deep. But you're talking about anger here. That is anger right there.
Okay. Well, okay, fine. You want to read it?
He's like, fine. You want to read it? You read it then. You read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do. I've been waiting to talk this whole time, John. He's like, fine, go ahead. I'm gonna plug my ears.
Read it, please.
Access Hollywood 2016 interview with Billy Bush. We all remember when Billy Bush was on Access Hollywood, don't we? I was an emotional kid who had problems and I was not so fond of myself. That's what Nick Reiner says, I assume.
I mean, this is literally why people in their chat were like, Lauren's tipsy. No judgment, but she's clearly tipsy. And why Laura in her chat is like, are you okay, Lauren? No, she's not. I don't think she is.
Yes.
Okay, because that wasn't good. And then Billy Bush, he was fiery. The dad in the movie, it says. Is that are you saying?
Let me read it.
Thank you. Take it back.
See what happens when you take over the show?
I know it doesn't work. So I want to talk.
See what happens. Let's insult each other but laugh. So people think it's a joke.
About this.
Okay. This is from the 216 interview with Rob Reiner, Billy Bush with Access Hollywood, interviewing Rob and Nick Reiner.
So here we have Rebecca enters the chat. As you can see in the live chat on the screen for them, it says she's deaf tipsy, no judgment. So Rebecca just pointed out, like, she's definitely tipsy. Okay, let's call it how it is. Let's call it how it is. And they're gonna get mad.
They're sitting across from him. Nick says,
and then even their chat's calling them out. Nervous laughter. Ha ha ha. Nervous laughter. We're nervous. We're nervous.
I was an emotional kid, quote, I was an emotional kid who had problems and I was not so fond of
Another person said, nervous laughter.
myself. Billy Bush says he was fiery, talking about Rob in the movie. Nick says, talking about himself, not the character in the movie. Nick says, quote, I get crazy.
This is when I started screenshotting, like, I better save this because they're going to delete this shit. I'm glad I did because I'm pretty sure they deleted some of the comments, if not all, that I showed.
You don't want to set me off. Rob laughs when Nick says that.
For everyone, it's different. For me, the noise was basically...
So they did add this media. Thank you, Grayson, for the one piece of media well over an hour in.
You know, living in the family that I live in and catching heat for that sort of stuff. And also just...
For being around. So after Rebecca says she's deaf, tipsy, no judgment, Hidden Crime says, at Rebecca 9311. Who do you think? What other drunk lady is on the screen? Hidden True Crime.
I guess. I mean, that's people would like to think that's a real bigger deal than it actually is. But it's really like I was an emotional kid who had problems and I just was not so fond of myself. So I kind of, you know, had this sort of like.
He was fiery.
Can get
You don't roll these.
What to do.
Rob actually laughs. Like,
yep.
Is that a nervous?
Yeah.
Just laugh. Like, why is he laughing? Right. I mean, and also, by the way, that moment. So when your son says, I get crazy, you don't want to set me off. And you laugh. And
then when Hidden True Crime says, who? Rebecca says, Lauren! Exclamation point. Like, it's pretty clear who I'm talking about.
In a way, that's a moment. That's an emotional bid for connection.
I agree.
And so by his father laughing it off and being like, right? That goes back to this issue of connection. Here's what Rob says in response, quote, we both can get pretty hot, and there were times when we did get hot.
So in other words, he sort of just...
And then Cammie Day says, Lauren isn't tipsy. No way. What the hell? WGH. She's not tipsy.
It's inappropriate.
Misses what Nick said. excuses it and says that's both of us.
Nick says later or around this time in the interview, quote, I was a real nut.
And then here comes B5 49er says, oh, that'll be the next thing the clingers cling to and have long video. Not the clingers, not the Klingons. I have a feeling that's something that they discuss with their subs. You know, they're haters, they're clingers, they're clinger-ons because everyone wants to cling on to this fucking train wreck. Who wants to bet that on Patreon? They're like, yeah, our haters, our stalkers, our Klingons. They're going to jump onto this. It's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. Shirley, thank you so much for coming in with the 10. Says Jay, on another subject, I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous. Ooh, lucky you. That's such a good movie. And was wondering if Minnesota folks are the way the movie portrayed. Some, I think. I mean, obviously it's satire and embellished, but yeah, there could be little small towns. You get characters there. You know, we're not as murderous, most of us. You know, we're not schmurderous, but yeah, a little bit. Michelle's 3 voice. Thank you for the 199. Says Nick Reiner's going to send you a tier. Seriously, I would. I'd be like, knock it off. What are you doing? So the chat's already like, listen, don't point out the clear, observation that Lauren might be under the influence, allegedly. Because the Klingons are going to cling to this. The clingers.
Case. I was crazy. It was more than drugs. Right. So that speaks to this issue.
And then we stand with Lauren. Oh my God. There is a we stand with
You're despicable.
Ask Lauren to stand right now. If she can stand right now and not fall over, I'll stand with her too. Okay. We stand with Lauren. Ask her to stand up. Good Lord.
Allegedly.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
With anger.
I can't believe they have a we stand with Lauren. Oh my God.
See, we needed to bring that up. You can start with it next time, but that's important to what you're saying.
Yeah, it's important. So what you say. Whatever you just fucking said, it's important.
Anger.
And if you drill down a little bit, let's drill down a little bit more even.
She can stand. We'll stand with her. If she can stand.
Right. Let's drill down more than schizophrenia, substance abuse, psychopathy.
Again, this W8, or I don't know if it's the same person, but someone else, moral of the story, don't piss off violent people. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. And again, notice how slow their chat is moving. They have almost 2,000 people. They're 300 away from 2,000 people watching live.
And
look how fast this chat moves with only 1,245.
We can relate it to this quote to some degree.
And then Krista Virgo again steps in like, I don't think Rebecca was trying to be disrespectful. She was just like, oh, no judgment, but you're tipsy. We can see it. And then Hidden True Crime says, definitely not, Rebecca. I was drinking water throughout the entire episode. Again, not telling us what you were drinking before the episode or taking, allegedly. That would be why you're acting this way. Allegedly. For fun and comedy and parody.
There's some research out there showing, surprise, surprise. There's some
surprise, surprise. This murder is hilarious.
Research showing this. So this is from Lazalo and Hakkinen from 2006. They say in their study that the strongest predictor of excessive violence among their sample of patients with schizophrenia was a past history of violence.
Boom.
Right?
No way. The strongest indicator of violence is a past history with violence? Whoa.
God, what is your childhood trauma?
That's amazing. Then Norma comes in. Everyone's coming for Rebecca now, except for one person. Says, not at. So Norma might be drunk too, allegedly. She is not finishing her sentences. So Norma might be one of Lauren's anonymous accounts, allegedly.
Like anger, And
I
it's
had
not just
grab it.
anger, right? It's anger and violent ideation. This is the key.
Yeah.
This is the key. The key is it's so you can have
No one will
schizophrenia,
want to stalk that
but
ugly
if you don't have any violent ideation or violent fantasies or unconscious repressed anger that has some violent component, you're probably not going to become violent.
Yeah. This page here, Nick Reiner show part 4 miscellaneous. This is the page I've been looking forward to.
Girl, I mean, get it together. This page right here. That's the page I've been looking for.
Let's get back to Brad Pitt.
Girl. Oh, look at her. Look at him. With that's some violent component. And she's like,
Component, you're probably not going to become violent.
Yeah. This page here, Nick Reiner show part 4 miscellaneous. This is the page I've been looking forward to this whole show, probably because I like miscellaneous.
Okay.
Look at emotional support Molotov says, she doesn't seem tipsy at all, in my opinion. And Rebecca's like, I was not trying to be disrespectful. Sorry. Jeez. I don't watch these folks ever. It's popped in my algorithm, you know, because they're keep video after video about Nick Reiner.
You know, but so
Yeah,
you're
we'll
saying
get,
though,
we'll get to it.
next time.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to next time. But thank you for reading that Access Hollywood 2016 interview with Bully Bush. We'll save the
Bully Bush. Thank you, sir. Just saying next time. Just saying there's a chance.
This page here, Nick Reiner show part 4 miscellaneous. This is the page I've been looking forward to this whole show, probably because I like miscellaneous.
Okay.
You know, but so
Yeah,
you're
we'll
saying
get,
though,
we'll get to it.
next time.
Yeah.
Things to look forward.
Oh my God. Now I for a second I feel bad for John. For a second, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, come on. You know, when you're dealing with an alleged drunk person or someone who's like, ah. He's like, yeah, no, we're not now. Okay, yeah.
Do next time. But thank you for reading this whole show, probably because I like miscellaneous.
Okay.
You know, but
Okay, whatever, shut up.
so
Yeah,
you're
we'll
saying
get,
though,
we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. She's like, how's the shops there?
next time.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to next time. But thank you for reading that Access Hollywood 2016 interview.
Look at him, look at this is like the freaking nightmare. I gotta screen grab this too. Oh my God. He is pissed. He's like, I'm reading from my paper, woman. Let me read. Let Johnny cook.
With Bully Bush. We'll save the rest.
Bully
You're saying
Bush.
though,
We'll get to it.
Nick Reiner show
Bully Bush.
part 4 miscellaneous.
Repressed anger that has some violent component, you're probably not going to become violent.
Yeah. This page here, Nick Reiner show part 4 miscellaneous. This is the page I've been looking forward to this whole show, probably because I like miscellaneous.
Okay.
You know, but so
Yeah,
you're
we'll
saying
get,
though,
we'll get to it.
next time.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to next time. But thank you for reading that Access Hollywood 2016 interview with Bully Bush. We'll save the rest for later to next time. This is interesting.
What I do want to say is, as long as we're talking about this point, is that one of the biggest cliches and truisms in forensic work and forensic science and forensic evaluations is really simple, which is that past violence begets future violence.
You just stole that. Violence begets more violence. You just fucking stole that.
Let's get back to Brad Pitt.
John, you a-hole. You didn't come up with that. You dick.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about here. And let's talk about, I want to read. So one of the first studies I talked about tonight was the Wallace.
Okay. All right. We'll have to finish this tomorrow, you guys, because we are almost at 3 hours and I got to go. I think Hype Man Husband Shell RN is probably ready. Has enough time to have gotten ready. So we got to go. But I appreciate you guys joining me as we roast this craziness. And we will finish it up tomorrow, as well as some other stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I set my live for 2 Pacific. So make sure you have your notifications on. Smash that like on your way out. Thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to all my super chatters, everyone joining in the live chat. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Producer Prince, you're a ginger god. He's like, he treats me like John treats Lauren. He's not listening. He's like, not today, not right now, Mom. I'm majestic. But he has the right to act that way because he's a beautiful, majestic, long-haired Siberian, also Maine Coon cat. So I'll forgive him, but I don't forgive John. He doesn't have the right. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful night. And like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see,